Hello, welcome to the BYB Podcast. That stands for the Backyard Boyz.
Backyard Boys!
Hell yes. We do have a special guest tonight. Will be Pat Dixon. He should be here any moment. But until then, how's everybody doing tonight? How's the crew?
Not too shabby, man.
I got bit by a squirrel.
You got bit by a squirrel?
I got bit by a squirrel. Yes.
The black one.
It wasn't black. It was gray.
Wow. Can you explain? Do you want to tell us a story, or do we just got to guess what the fuck you're talking about? You got bit by a squirrel. What is that supposed to mean? I say, how's your day going? And you say, I got bit by a squirrel. And then that was it.
So I was working on a house. Squirrel was out back being weird, came around, tried to crawl up my leg, so I picked it up, went and showed it to my boss. I'm like, hey, look, I got a squirrel. He's like, why? And then it bit me and I punted it.
It bit you and you
was it a rabid squirrel? I mean, why were you fucking why were you fucking with the wildlife, Granny? You know you're not supposed to mess with the wildlife. Is this a typical Florida thing where the guys down there, you can't just keep your hands off the wildlife?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm molested it. No, I don't. I'm fine. What? Okay, squirrel's crawling up your goddamn leg. You're not gonna fucking snatch it up?
Not really.
Well,
not with these fucking useless hands. I'm not snatching nothing up.
You know what?
Unless you were talking to
exactly.
Bobby Nick.
I know what I did when I said it, and fucking squirrels don't have rabies. Okay. It's extremely rare for them to ever find a squirrel with rabies. Generally, they're not carnivores, so they can't contract it that way. And if they take a lick, they usually die. So,
take a lick of what?
Yeah,
balls.
The blacks.
If something fucking gets a hold to them, dude, they die. They take a lick.
Were you trying to force this squirrel to do things that it didn't want to do? I mean, let's get right to the fucking point. Were you molesting it or
the balls?
Technically, by the definition of law, yes, I molested the squirrel because it grabbed it.
There was some deep throat involved as well.
There wasn't any deep throat involved. I just fucking snatched the squirrel up and then it bit me and I punted it. It was fine. It lived. They fall from trees and shit. They're fine. Okay.
Right. I'm sure no one's gonna turn you in to the local animal control or animal authorities, whatever. Yeah. Someone get on that. Clip it and send it to them for sure.
Yeah. Send it to Fish and Wildlife. Yeah.
Is your guys' audio cutting in or out, or am I just the guy that's gonna have shitty audio in my ear all night? Just
my audio
kind of
good.
A weird.
Yeah,
okay.
Audio's good
on my end. That's annoying. But yeah, I definitely think that someone should clip you talking about abusing wildlife.
Clip it, Bex, you fucking fat cunt.
Also, we do have a special announcement allegedly from one Ray DeVito. So if he goes live here, we will stream snipe that or at least I'll have it off to the side in my ears so I can hear what's going on. I'm curious to see, is he going to drop out of his roast battle on his own stream? I wonder if people have actually talked him out following through with that. Nice. Beloved chatter likes your mug, Lemmy.
Oh, Granny's using it, and he just walked off.
Yeah, no worries. Tuki's Nana. Aw, Tuki's Nana. $2. Let me drop the granny and get with a nanny. Yeah.
You gonna do my dishes?
Don't most grandmothers do dishes? I'm assuming she does dishes.
It's a tempting offer. Tempting.
That's right, Granny. We already have a proposition for your lady. And this just minutes into the podcast. Look at that.
Oh.
I was watching. I got one for you. I was watching MLC today, and there happened to be a super chat of a certain person with the name Lil Quad that popped on screen for about fucking 2 minutes. Because they were talking about something else when Adam brought it on screen, and I don't think he realized it for a little bit. But they definitely had it on screen the entire time they were talking about something else. And then, sure enough, yeah, my cock, my penis, indeed, definitely.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I've seen Lil Quad making his rounds. He was over on the Corn Show. He's a very generous feller, that guy. And you don't bring it up, but very funny bit, very funny bit. Husey, go fuck yourself. I hope that you get Irish AIDS.
Right. Is there a difference between Irish AIDS and American AIDS?
Yeah, a lot. There's a huge difference.
Yeah. Yeah, apparently the stream's down on Rumble, so if anyone's watching it over there, you had better come over to YouTube or Twitch and watch it. I'm going to have to remove it. That's unfortunate. So be it. It's just Rumble. Who cares? Rumble sucks.
Does it?
But if you like using it, so be it. But yeah, so I guess that's the downfall of sending your dick pics all over Discord, is eventually they're going to end up in other places too. So yeah,
but you sent it to like 40 fucking people, dude. What the fuck did you expect?
No, I put it in Discords, so it would even become more famous. I want to be famous, like as if I had an OnlyFans, and my little quad is an important little man. Husey Entertainment, 5 whatever the fucks. What are we calling those? Euros? Or those pounds? Those are pounds, huh? Granny talks about squirrels, but I have a story for him about beaver. Hey, Lammy.
Oh.
We get it. I get it. He's talking about smashing puss. Smashing puss, yeah. Yeah, he squashed that puss. Huh?
I hate it.
Right.
I hate it so much.
Yeah. So what do you guys think? Should we become the tard hunters that we make fun of all the time as being total assholes? I'm fucking way too curious. We're gonna do this because this is happening. We're doing it. We're having it. All right, let's hear what this Guido has to say.
I have a mustache. I'm like an adult now.
Oh my god. Let's not talk about your mustache. Get to whatever you're saying.
Nicely, I never had a mustache before. All right, let's get in. So let's go through my day. So my day. My blood pressure was going crazy yesterday. So I went to urgent care. I knew I was going to go to urgent care. I went to urgent care.
This is your major announcement. All right, we're not listening to you going to urgent care and your stories about that, but I'll keep abreast of the situation. Right, Lemmy?
Right.
Abreasted.
Why? I'm the one that's fucking basically nude here. Why does she have to be the one that's abreast?
Well, stand up and show us your wonky tits. I'm sure that'll really bring in the viewers. Oh, wow. Look at that. Yeah. Oh, wow. Look at all the people showing up now. Look at this. Wow. Nudity on screen. This is unheard of. Look at this, people. You want to see wonky tits? There's wonky tits for you.
No.
Look at those wonky tits.
Man tits bring all the boys to the yard, and they're like, it's better than your...
Not true.
Oh God, we're losing viewers. I take it back. All right. The people were not into that whatsoever, and I totally understand 100%. It is crap. All right. No, the first thing we should take on, I guess, is the statements made by one Stevie Lou last night. Win by 2. They were fucking stream sniping with the Tard Hunting show, Ray's show, of course. But also, there was one Stevie Lou was doing his show, and he stream sniped quite a bit of what Ray was doing. But he also had some other statements, and apparently he's all pissed off at me for stuff I said on Monday when I was on the show with Ray. So let's go ahead and check some of this out, and then let's discuss. These are, since Stevie Lou doesn't come on our show anymore, I guess we just have to watch clips of him now, right?
Okay.
Okay. Yes. Not no. Yes. All right. Let's do this. And as we all know, no. I'm going to preface it a little bit because,
okay,
you know, the whole issue with us and saying that Stevie Lou does works is the reason that he's not on BYB anymore. I mean, there is a lot of validity and truth to that. We will get into our side of what we think happened. But yeah, so this is Stevie Lou's explanation of why he was pissed off at me, but also why he thinks he left. Let's go ahead and hit that. Well, if you think about it, that's That's what came between me and BYB and Stevie Lou is doing works. That's the same shit, man.
So,
all right, I got to call the quad man out here, buddy. I'm sorry. That's just not true. And we did talk about this on the phone, so I don't want to get too elaborate into it because I think he wants to maybe respond more about this. And if he does, he does. If he doesn't, I don't really give a fuck, man, because it's so really kind of bullshit. But the reason why I ended up parting ways with BYB was not over that whole Kate Meany work thing. As a matter of fact, man.
Oh, really? I mean, just let's just start off with that. So the last show he was pretty much ever on, except for he came back to do that show with TJ Kiss. But other than that, he never came back after the Kate Meany incident, right?
Other than the TJ Kiss thing, I think that was the wrap up. You know, that was the fucking.
It was kind of like the TJ Kiss My Ass Goodbye episode. I guess we could rename it.
Granny's going to be in the credits of his movie, so joke's on Stevie Lou.
Yeah, no shit. But yeah, so he's trying to say, if he's trying to say that anything other than that being the last thing that happened before he was gone forever, I don't understand his thought process at all, but let's try to get into his thought process and see if we can figure it out.
Like that night, the Stuttering John episode happened, and I said I was quitting because of Kate Meany. As soon as the episode ended, I went right on backstage with them, and we were all laughing, having a good time. And I was like, all right, we're going to go with this for a little bit. Let's see how this works. I was running the whole little work. That was my idea, 100%. They were.
So, I don't know if you guys caught that, but to go on and say that I don't do works, this is bullshit. These guys know that's bullshit. And then to the next sentence say, yeah, I came up with this whole work thing on my own, and I went backstage with these guys, and I was like, I own it. I orchestrated the entire work. He uses the word work. I don't do works. And then he goes on to say, this whole work thing was my idea, right?
We had no fucking idea that he was working either. Like I wasn't even there backstage. But I do recall, like, I had no idea he was doing a work. Did you at the time?
I mean, what he's saying is partially true. Like, he came backstage right after the episode was done. We had no idea. We didn't even know Kate Meany was going to be on the show, let alone, like, we invited her on, but who knew that she was going to come on? So it wasn't pre-planned whatsoever. Yeah, so secondly, when he came backstage, it's like we just had finished the show with fucking Stuttering John and Kate Meany and all the shit that had happened on that episode. And we were just kind of like blown away by the entire situation ourselves, honestly. Like, that was pretty fucking wild night. So does Stevie Lou have the link? I booted him off the show for saying, hey, remove her name from the episode or else I'm leaving. So I kicked him off the show. But then, yeah, he still has the link. So, of course, when the show's over, then he pops right back in. Like, I wouldn't be like, oh, yeah, well, you said you gave us the ultimatum or whatever. So, but when he did pop in, we were like, so what's the deal with that? And he was like, oh, it popped in my head, this great wrestling bit, etc. And whatever, we were like, okay, didn't really know how to respond about it. But I think more or less the entire atmosphere was more about the fact that we just had an epic fucking episode. Am I off base with that? That we weren't really giving a fuck about the work thing. It was more about what had just transpired for the last 3 hours.
Yeah.
It was a great episode because we did have Stuttering John fucking walk him, and then Kate Meany having to fucking pop in, try to have a go at Lemmy, and she pretty much got fucking walked. So yeah,
sausage full of all the dicks.
So yeah, that's really what the focus was after the show. But I do remember, right after that show ended, I remember hearing Stevie Lou laughing, and I was like, "What? That's Stevie Lou. He's still here." And I was like, I had no idea that there was a work going on. And yeah, he was just laughing, and I was like, wow. And I remember Lemmy being like, oh shit, she thought it was real too. So, but
the problem, Bobby, I think, because you and I think are on the same page there. The fucking Stevie's taking credit for being funny, like masterminding this whole situation. We had no fucking idea. Like, yeah, we didn't know he was working. We were just doing a fucking show.
Yeah.
And now Stevie's taking credit for all of it. It's kind of it's a little pretentious.
But also while trying to say that like we were in on it. Like, yeah, he did come backstage and say, yeah, it popped in my head to do this while I was on the phone with Kate. And it was like, hey, I remember the old East Side. This is exactly pretty much verbatim what he was telling us that night was, yeah, it's like the old East Side Dave show stuff. Like, oh, yeah, we did works all the time. So it was always like we always had something going on. So he was like, yeah, it just popped in my head. Why don't I try this other angle and see if we can keep all this heat going off of the show that we just did by extending it out with the Kate Meany, and now I'm leaving because I'm white knighting for Kate Meany. That's him saying that. But yeah, so we were like, yeah, whatever. We didn't really give a shit. But so, I mean, 2 weeks go by and there was no work. The work went away. We saw that there wasn't going to be a work thing in like a day that was non-existent. And we were all talking behind the scenes, regardless of what Stevie Lou was talking about. The simple fact was we were like, so what's the payoff? What is this thing? Where's this going? Mm-hmm. And he really didn't have an answer, obviously, because it wasn't going anywhere. But after a few days, he admitted, he was like, yeah, it was pointless. It was dumb. I probably shouldn't have pulled that. But did he come back to BYB to be on the show after that?
No, he went on Stuttering John's show.
Right. He started going on Stuttering John's show. He didn't come back to BYB. So he was trying to do. My whole thing is, and see if you guys kind of agree with me on this. I think he was being told by MLC, Stuttering John, Kate Meany, all these people were saying, you're too good to be on that show with all those fucking losers. If I'm putting word in all those people's mouths, they were pretty much talking him out of being on BYB. And I think he was starting to like, that was creeping in his head. Like, yeah, I am better than these fucking losers. And yeah, I should not be on BYB anymore. That's kind of my feeling about it. I don't know what you guys think. Maybe just go around the room. Lemmy, what do you think?
I think this was an attempt to make something that wasn't about Stevie Lou. That's what I think this was.
Yeah, because you guys definitely outshined everyone. You and Bobby Nick, especially. Granny had some good bouts with Stuttering John too in the beginning, but Lemmy definitely shut the fucking house down. Bobby had a good blow up with Stuttering John, and none of that stuff was really about Stevie Lou. So that's a good point. He might have been sitting there thinking like, "Hey, how can I inject myself into this shit?" Right. And I tried to go on a MLC and explain that, hey, we're not going to change our entire show just because Stuttering John came on the show. That's not what we do. Like, we're a crew. We work together. And I wasn't going to be like, oh yeah, some guy's coming on. So you all can't come tonight because Stuttering John's coming on. That would have been bullshit. And yeah, for sure.
And then you would have just had fucking Stevie Lou sucking his cock the entire time anyway, because that's all he did that entire fucking episode.
Right. Yeah. Any of the good stuff that was happening, he was trying to put an end to it. Like every chance he got, he was trying to stop all the fun, the arguments, the etc. And the only fucked up thing he did was leave to go take a phone call. That costed us whatever we had left with Stuttering John. Because he left right after Stevie left to go answer a phone call. And Stevie Lou pops in right after Stuttering John left, and he would not come back. So, good job, Stevie. No, he had no control over that. Apparently, it was an important phone call, so no worries there, mate. But let's finish this.
We're not, like, privy to it beforehand. I went with it just myself, and we kind of tried to work it for a few days, and it completely got away.
So, raise your hands if you did work trying to make it work. Right. No hands are raised if anyone wants to notice that none of us we were like, what? What do you mean work? Like, how are we going to make a work that doesn't exist? It's like, you gave us an ultimatum and now you're gone. Like, what are we supposed to be doing? Helping you do a work? Where the fuck is this work at? So that doesn't even make sense. Does that track with you guys?
Oh my god! It's baffling.
It is a bit. I didn't even see. I don't understand what he was working, because all going on Stuttering John's show and sucking his dick was just that. That was it. That wasn't a work on anyone except Stevie Lou.
Yeah. I really don't understand.
From us, me personally, and that ended up not being really the thing that became the problem. The real problem ended up being a certain pink ski mask man started saying some pretty fucked up shit about my wife on air, and when I went to the group and said, hey, this ain't cool, so we should not be encouraging this right now with what he's doing, what he's going through. They didn't see it that way. They were like, no, it's your fault. So whatever. I was like, all right, at this point, we used to be real supportive for each other. Clearly, shit's not that same way anymore. So I'm going to move on. I just moved on. And I didn't make a big thing out of it. I just was like, I'm just creative differences. You guys are doing good without me. It's fucking going to be all.
Creative differences? What creative differences? Okay, so let's dial it up. When did Ski Mask say fucked up shit about Steven's wife? And do you guys remember him bringing that up? Because I sure the fuck don't.
Not really.
I do.
He was on a bender. First of all, Ski Mask was on a bender. I want to remind everybody.
Yeah, he was totally out of it. Even when we talked to him, he was fucking totally out of it.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah,
Bobby, Nick, do you remember him saying that? Like, oh, Ski Mask has been saying fucked up shit about my wife or whatever?
Yeah, I do remember that. And
when?
This was like
December?
I don't
November,
know.
December?
It was after the work. It was after the work.
Okay.
And he had done that one show with us, and then that popped off, and I remember there was some back and forth between him and Lemmy, and I was like, oh shit, something's going on here.
Yeah, but that's much later, and that's pretty much the point to where he said, well, you guys don't have my back. So what happened there? Just to let everyone in the audience know what the hell's going on. Pretty much Lemmy and Stevie Lou were arguing about the ski mask shit. And you kind of remember a little bit better. I'm sure, Lemmy, because it was more in your words. But what exactly was the argument about?
Oh my God. I don't know how to TLDR this really. He was being super dramatic. He was like, we shouldn't encourage ski mask, which is a veiled way of saying, I don't think we should associate with the guy anymore. And I was like, no, I'm going to continue watching ski mask content because if, for lack of a better word, you kind of dug yourself into this hole. You're the one that brought up the fact that you and your wife are having problems. You're not supposed to do that in this kind of forum. You knew better. So we had a little back and forth. He got emotional.
Right.
So
and then, he got pissed. What he told me later too was like, I didn't jump in and say, hey, quit picking on him. Or at least say like, hey, I'll quit watching Ski Mask or supporting Ski. I guess that's what he wanted, was us to pretty much like shut down you and like badmouth Ski Mask. And it's like, well, I'm not the one arguing with Ski Mask and I don't really have a problem with him. So if you guys who have been friends for years have a problem with each other, maybe you guys could work it out and leave us out of it. But he was like trying to make it was more of this like, oh, you got to be loyal to me shit. And we are pretty loyal to each other. But if you're having a squabble with someone that we all like, then you guys fucking work it out. It's not our fight. It's your fight.
It's a tough position to be in. How do you?
Well, it's not that tough. We all just do our own thing. And if he has a problem with Ski Mask, then they can fucking fight it out on their own. That's pretty simple. It's not our fight. It's his fight. But I guess
it's a selfish, fucking self-absorbed thing to do, to try to bring everybody else into your fight to motherfuck somebody that you're having a tiff with. It's fucking stupid. Like, again, Lemmy said it best. All of this has just been made about Stevie Lou because he thinks he's the goddamn center of attention.
Hey, he's got the hot hand, man. Don't you forget it. He's got the hot hand.
I fucking care.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, this is hard for me because I like Steve. I love fucking Steve.
We all like Stevie. We're all friends with Stevie. Yeah. Even to this day, we're all friends.
I know.
I'm not gonna let him bullshit me though. I'm not gonna let him bullshit me. And like, I'm tired of hearing the same excuse for like hating people. Like, okay, we get it. People are like talking about your wife. What was the catalyst of that, dude? Like, you need to take your lumps and stop talking about it.
Exactly. So yeah, that is the entire argument. I think comes down to that a lot, which is the fact that nobody knew about Stevie Lou's fucking marital problems or any of that stuff, and he 100% brought it up in the very beginning. It was brought up by him. Now he's going after Ray DeVito because apparently, like, he thinks that Ray is the reason everyone knows about his wife and their shit going on. But it had most recently was the picture that John Melendez put out about Stevie Lou's wife, and he was trying to say that was Ray's fault because no one would have known about it if he didn't say like the stuff he was trying to actually hide it. Like the whole My Lost Interest clip pisses me off because I was trying to explain to Ray for okay, that was the Franklin Sheckler one. But the My Lost Interest one also was about, Ray got confused because Stevie Lou put out a tweet that was just a copy and paste of Christina Catalano's fucking tweet that she made, which confused Ray, which caused them some problems. But before that it's all recent shit. That Ray said, like, hey, I saw that picture of your, that wasn't your wife on Twitter. And then whatever, he was trying to like hide or make up for what Ray, for Stevie Lou, that picture being of his actual wife. So credit due to Ray for trying to be a good guy and say, hey, that's not your wife, you know? And
No,
for
Stevie's
some reason,
making mountains out of molehills. It's exactly what I've seen him do this entire time. It's ridiculous.
That's exactly. So like his argument with you in the chat, which wasn't that big a deal, honestly. I didn't think. It was like,
either.
so what? And then he was gone, like all pissed off.
To him. I've heard some of the same shit. You have to like accept that sort of shit. If somebody's telling you something and you get immediately emotional about it, I feel like maybe I've been trained to like self-reflect when I feel that feeling. It's like a triggering, maybe they're right. Maybe I should do some self-reflection. I would take that from one of my boys. What I said to him, if Balls Deep would have said some shit like that to me in chat, I would have been like, bro, you're probably right. You're probably right.
You were pretty much just saying like all this stuff is not that big a deal. Take a step back and look at it from a distance. All you and Steve Ski Mask and his problems were pretty small. Really, it's not that big a deal.
They made up that day, if I recall.
Yeah, apparently they always make up. They've had issues plenty of times in the past. They stopped working together. Also, when you and I, Lemmy and I, when we went on to the Ski Mask Collective in December, he was pissed about that. And we really didn't even understand that there was an issue at that time. But yeah, he came and fucking like screaming pissed. And we were like, we didn't even really know it was a big deal to you that like, that just shows you guys don't really have loyalty. You don't have my back. You're not really looking out for me. Like all that shit was thrown in our face. It's like, what are you talking about? We went on a show. We weren't even aware that you really had that big of a problem with Ski Mask. Honestly, I didn't know. And I fucking talked to him probably more than you guys, as far as Stevie Lou having an issue. So I don't really get it.
What you don't get is the elaborate work that he's setting up. Okay, he's setting up this huge work. Okay, and you're not falling in line. You're not walking. I'm
definitely not walking the line. I'm not Johnny Cash. Go on.
You're not rolling the line. So what you got to do is embrace Stevie's shitty works. He's like Vince McMahon, and I'm sure he shit on somebody's head.
Yeah, I'll embrace them all from a distance at this point because they're not going to be on BYB. No more works. No more works. Let's finish this up.
All right, but I got to do my own thing. So I'm doing my own thing here. So to say that this was overworks why I left BYB is absolutely a work. So, I mean, what the fuck, doggy? I love Quad. I think he's a great dude. I think he's doing amazing stuff. Sunday show, Dabble Week in Review was such a great, innovation for him to pull off.
I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time pausing it.
They'll be fine over there, but come on, Quad.
All right. That started our issues, after Stuttering John thing happened.
So I think I'm taking a break. He's welcome to do the roast thing with me.
All right. So anyway, that's enough of the video. The only other thing we have to add really is, during the time, allegedly, we were like 2 weeks into the alleged work, and all of a sudden, he's watching Dabble Weekly on a Sunday. He's in Discord arguing with someone while watching our show, the Weekly Dabble Review. And out of nowhere, the argument, that person had put a super chat into our show. And he blocked that fucking person during the show while we're doing the show over an argument he's having in Discord that was brought to our show. And this is like, a week and a half, 2 weeks after the whole work started. So I don't really understand at all. He's spazzing out and he's bringing it to our show and making it our problem. Specifically, it was Ga. I mean, we could just say it flat out because everyone kind of knows about it anyway. So he was arguing with her in Discord and brought it to the show. And
that was a little bit of a what the fuck moment for me. It made me feel like Stevie's going through some shit, and I don't know. I love him, and I care about him, and I want him. I want him to be better. I want him to be better. I just I don't know. I've been concerned about him. I've been concerned about him for a while now.
Yeah. So I mean, we can speculate all day. I don't know why. It's just weird. Like, I don't know why he would think after 2 weeks of being gone and whatever, the work didn't pan out, but he never came back other than that one episode with that TJ Kiss guy. So where he thinks now, like looking back on it, none of the stuff he's saying right now makes sense. Whatever. If he, I mean, Ski Mask probably did say some horrible shit. I would assume that's absolutely true. But that's just nothing to do with BYB and why that had to be our problem. And then I mostly think it comes down to he just really wanted to do MLC, his own channel, which he started. And I don't blame him for that. I just wish he was more honest about why and the reasons for his departure from BYB. We appreciate everything he did.
He just said why he left. He just said it.
Focus on his show. Yeah, that's what he said, right? Focus on doing his own thing. That's what he said.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sorry,
so I think he was focusing.
Sorry, buddy.
That's why I think sometimes conversations need to be had in voice, because things can get misconstrued over text. You know what I mean? Like, I think maybe that should have been a voice call somehow.
No, I'm glad it went down the way it did, because he would have tried to talk me in circles.
You think so?
Yeah. I'm glad it's in black and white. I'm glad that I can go back and see exactly what I said and what he said and make sure that I'm not the one that's crazy. You know what I mean? Because I do get emotional and shit, but I tried to literally at that point in time keep all emotion out of it. I wanted to be as unbiased as I could, because I don't not consider him like my friend. I don't hate Stevie Lou. I like Stevie Lou. And for a time I was really fucking worried about Stevie Lou. So it's not like I hate him. I'm not trying to run him off.
Yeah, none of us were. Themis McAnus, member for 1 month. Thank you. Hi, Lemmy. Hi, co-host to Lemmy. Yes, we're your co-hosts. We're equals, I guess. Or like our friend Husey says.
Because podcasting is for men and women need to fuck off.
Yes, exactly. You can quote him on that. He likes it. He likes the mistreatment of women. Oh, here he is, as a matter of fact. Husey Entertainment, £5. Take you to Pound Town. Ray's announcement is that he's doing the roast that he tweeted about hours ago. He's a weetard. Yeah.
Oh, really?
So what was his major announcement on Twitter? I missed it. Did he just say, yeah, I'm going to roast Stevie Lou and fucking Stuttering John on next Wednesday, no matter what? I think that's the only thing he's really ever said, right? Let's look and see for ourselves.
Let's have a look-see.
He's Ray DeVito. He's a Guido. Your information he'll repeat-o. Cause he's a P. Oh, wait. Better not say that.
Oh.
A P. Oh, you're so full of shit, Husey. You're making me look shit up. You lying sack of dog shit. Husey, there's no defense for what you just did. That's horrible. You're the worst. You're Irish. You're an Irish. Can't trust the Irish. Tiff. Tiff gifted 10 BYB Podcast memberships. Pew, 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 pew. Hell yes.
Thank you, Tiff.
Is that too loud?
Oh, it's beautiful. It's
All right.
That's right.
Good.
Just right. See, I can do things correctly with my crinkled hands, Granny. Piece of shit.
Very good.
Even
Look
with
up
my
on
little
there.
crinkled hands. Yeah. All right. Have we said enough about Stevie Lou? Are we done with that? I have a feeling you'll see that. I have a feeling someone's gonna clip that shit up and make another video. It's like rap battles, right? Every time someone responds, then there's another response, and the next thing you know, I'll be all shot up in Vegas, just bleeding out on the strip.
Is that a Tupac?
Like Tupac.
reference?
It's a Tupac reference. That's a rap reference. I don't do a lot of those, so you better enjoy the one I just did.
Oh fuck! All right.
Um,
Is that a work? Are you working right now? Are you working or are you shooting?
I don't do either. I promise. I promise
Okay.
everyone.
All right.
But yeah, so I guess that's the only other thing is he did kind of run some people off. I know he was already having issues with Ian Hawke. You know who I'm talking about? It's Ian Hawke. Stevie Lou and Ian Hawke were already having problems. And then those guys were like, if you're doing works, then we're out of here. So they pretty much said if Stevie Lou comes back and everything moves on, just like nothing ever happened, then I'll know you guys were all in on works and we'll stop supporting your channel. So that's what people think about fucking works. They don't like them. It's not fashionable. I know it's the Dabbleverse and we're supposed to be pulling these tricks all the time on people.
Yeah, but you know, in Stevie's defense, there's a lot more works going on a lot of shows. Maybe you don't end up knowing about them, but there's works going on. You know it. You know, 100%.
Yeah.
There ain't no fucking works around here, old T-Rex arms. We don't fucking work around here, okay? This is brutally honest, and I've
boy.
never worked.
Clip it.
I do see Ari Jane in the chat. Hi, Ari. We love seeing you in here. That's awesome. Yeah, Chris Mack. Tiff. Obviously, Tiff just gifted us the subs. We appreciate the hell out of that. Not subs, memberships. Jesus. Yeah, but we do like seeing our Ari here. I was worried because I go on and I hang out with Ray on that fucking Rock Bottom podcast. Apparently she doesn't hold it against me, and I do appreciate that even more. Because you easily could be like, loyalty. I expect loyalty from you guys, and just like that. So she could pull a Stevie Lou on me and say, if you're gonna hang out with fucking Ray DeVito, then we can't be friends. I mean, isn't that the same kind of shit? Wouldn't that be the same thing?
Yeah, absolutely.
I just wanted to bring up also, I knew we had a little bit of time before Pat Dixon comes on, which he still is, allegedly, apparently. He did say he will make it, so I believe that's the truth still. I don't think we're getting trolled by Pat Dixon. I don't think this is a work. But also, we got on Friday this guy named Malky Woodland coming on.
Oh, we got Malky? Oh,
yes.
No.
Bobby, you know about Malky? Are you Are you watching him?
I've watched some of his stuff, and he is out.
Oh, they showed it on Bedabbler once, right? Yeah, that's right. Like they showed a minute of it, didn't they? Yeah, yeah.
Probably, yeah. I mean, but
they did.
It's just.
This dude, Malky Woodland, he lives up in Canada. All right. Well, anyway, I'll back it up a second so you can see. Okay. Well, actually, he was coming back. I should be careful because this dude will end up. Yeah, he warmed up some coffee. I guess that's what he's doing here. He lives in Canada, not too far from old Frankie MacDonald. But his whole thing is fighting rats, and the dude is very interesting. He just got out of rehab recently, so hopefully he's staying clean and sober. But man, wild motherfucker.
Quad. His fucking walls are spray painted.
Yeah.
Bro. This is my kind of people right here, dude. He's got ACAB all over.
Right. All cops are bastards. They came to his house. They took away his dog. They arrested him. He's been in rehab. He used to, on the right side there by where that speaker is, used to be a fridge, and he spent all day and night throwing fucking hatchets. Oh, yeah, nice. Thanks for coming out with your dick almost hanging out, bud. Jesus Christ. No, he calls it the helicopter. Helicopter. Like a helicopter. But yeah, this motherfucker is literally insane, and I think that'll be a wild-ass interview. I know it's not Dabbleverse related, folks, but if you want to see a wild and crazy guy, I think you should come check it out on... Dude is fucking wild, man. And
I'm excited. I am legitimately excited, bro. Seriously. That's my kind
Dude, you have no idea. This dude, he does seem like he should be living in Florida or wherever the hell he is in fucking Canada. He throws those hatchets in his fridge, and his fridge door was pretty much coming off because he had thrown the hatchets at it so many times. I don't know how you keep the cold inside of a fridge when you start throwing fucking hatchets at it. Yeah, Ian Hawk says Nova Scotia. That's right. He lives in Nova Scotia, which is the same province as Frankie McDonald. So that's why I said that. Sydney, Nova Scotia. Any of you guys going to be up there on April 8th for the solar eclipse? Who all's going?
Doesn't look like it's going to happen for me, man.
Nope.
I'm curious how many people actually show up. I don't know if has Gino been talking about that lately? Going up to Sydney, Nova Scotia. I haven't been watching In Hot Water as much as I used to, so yeah, it's been a thing.
Yeah,
not to my knowledge.
I have no idea. Hopefully someone goes up there. I mean,
yeah, I mean, a lot of people promised to go up there. That's kind of what I was getting at. Like everybody and their dog promised to go up there.
For the past, 2 years now?
Yeah, about that. Yeah, Frankie McDonald started showing up on Compound pretty much 2 years ago right now. Yeah, him and Aaron Berg, fucking good times. The other Canadian that most people forget about is Pixel Soulmate. Like, that guy used to send Ian all these emails about going, donning ice skates and fighting. Like, he wanted to take him out on the ice and fight him. It was fucking great. The longest fucking... Yeah, it was Bizarro World. I still got this playing here. Yeah, I don't know. I quit watching fucking Ray's stream because Hughesy's $5 he sent us, son of a bitch. How dare you?
5 pounds.
5 pounds of cock.
Maybe.
My stuff's frozen up a little bit here. Give me a second.
Oh,
yeah, so Richard Lewis died. I guess we can talk about that. I got a couple stories we can bullshit about before Pat Dixon gets here. I don't know about you guys. I grew up on Richard Lewis. I would assume Bobby Nick did.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Sad day. Sad day in entertainment. You know?
Rip Richard Lewis, dude.
Oh.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan died too, I think.
Rest in peace, Joe Rogan.
All right.
Yeah. We lost some legends today, boys.
Man, all right. So Pat Dixon just got the link that I didn't send to him, and he asked for it because I didn't send it to him.
Oh my God, are you serious?
Well, he just asked for it 10. No, I saw it as soon as he asked for it, so there's no delay. The second he asked for it, I saw it. I was looking for that. I just didn't realize I hadn't sent him the link yet. So yeah, I'm a total reject. As usual.
Oh, professionalism at its finest.
Yeah, I don't just have crinkled hands. I got crinkled brains too. That's fact.
Probably like, how can I come on your show when I don't have a link? You
You can't. That's the trick of it.
Terrible.
That's how it works here.
Terrible Pat Dixon fucking impression. Dude.
Oh, hey, see. Yeah, make sure I'm not fucking up more here.
I thought we weren't supposed to do that.
Weren't supposed to do what?
My name is Pat Dixon.
No, only I can do that. Only I can do it. Eh?
Okay. That's it. I always said he was like a young dog.
No, see, fuck you, Granny. He said he's 10 minutes away anyway. He just noticed there's no link. He said, I'll be there in 10. But where's the link? That's like that old commercial. He was watching that the other day. Where's the beef commercial? No, Joey C, I guess, was Joey C. See? How's that?
There you go.
All right, Richard Lewis, Men in Tights, Curb Your Enthusiasm, Wagons East. Anybody remember that flick with John Candy?
I do. Yeah.
That was actually a great movie.
Vaguely,
really
but I
enjoyed that
do.
one.
It's been a while, so.
It's been a while, but all that shit seems to disappear. All right.
Should be ashamed of yourself.
He was also on Curb, though. Let's see. Let's just play one little quick clip from Curb Your Enthusiasm. I don't think this will get me a copyright strike.
When are you gonna die? You just will you please die?
Well, he got his wish.
Yeah, I mean, is Larry David responsible for Richard Lewis's death?
Yeah, I believe he's a murderer. Yes. Larry David is a murderer.
All right. I see these are mostly all our normal fans. I don't even see any pet. No. Last night I was hanging out with Pat Dixon in his chat. I love sending those. I-80 Ray chats are fun. There's a new person called I-80 Lady. So if you see her around, say what's up, because she's hoping someone finds her body so that her family can finally be at rest, have some closure.
Oh, so she's a ghost. Cool. I love
right.
Chat ghosts.
Yeah. What was the name of that show? There's a show. Well, obviously we got The Sixth Sense, right? Like the same theory.
Yeah.
With same concept, you mean?
Yeah, I mean the fact that the I-80 lady might not even know that she's dead while she's chatting in chats. It just might, like everyone else knows she's dead and gone, but she's totally unaware of it. That's a possibility.
Can you do a Ouija board? Like, I feel like a Ouija board for you would be an extremely difficult task.
Why do I have to do a Ouija board?
I'm just asking if you could do one.
I'm sure I could. I could put my crinkly hands on top of that fucking thing and move it around the board and make it say things about your dead granny that you probably wouldn't like to hear.
Never met her, so fucking have at it, bro. I say whatever you want. I think she was Irish. Fucking died of a heart attack. Back in like 67. Yeah.
How about you guys? Big fans of Richard Lewis? He didn't really do much. I didn't enjoy him that much.
He was always one of those guys that were around. You've seen him in different movies and different things, and it was like, yeah, that's Richard Lewis.
And
yeah,
what did he do?
I've seen some of his stand up too. It was okay for the day. I don't know. Maybe if I go back and watch it now, it might be like this is garbage. But he was a name. He was a name back in the day.
Darth Derp, $5. Thank you, Darth. Don't forget he was in the TV show Butt Love with Jamie Curtis. Wait a minute, Butt Love?
That's pretty funny.
I mean, did people go around saying, "Did you watch Butt Love last night? Did you catch Butt Love?" I don't believe this, so I'm going to actually look at it. Butt Love.
He was always the guy, like, I was always like, hey, it's that guy. You know, I never knew his name. You know what I mean? But I would see him in movies and be like, hey, there's that fucking guy from Robin Hood Men in Tights. There goes the Prince guy.
Oh, it's called Anything But Love. No, I don't remember that at all. That's totally news to me, man.
That sounds familiar, but I don't know.
I'm just praying to the Lord that when Pat Dixon gets here, he has a picture of himself with a living Richard Lewis, right? Isn't that what everyone does? The second one of these fuckers dies, they have to insert themselves into it.
That is true. That is true.
Inserting themselves into anything but love. Anything
He
but love.
inserted himself.
Into anything but love.
Yeah, we get it. Okay. You fucking you're not striking gold here, okay?
He said butt love. That's cool.
3 times.
That's so cool. That's awesome.
Oh my god. Setting up works like Stevie Lou.
Fuck yes. What do you expect? What's a guy supposed to do? All right. Another comedian. We got, I don't know if you guys saw Brendan Schaub in his nice little truck.
No.
Well, you're not going to see it now either unless I hurry up with my crinkled hands and get it on screen, are you?
Nope. You better fucking start rolling them fucking mashed up knuckles across that goddamn keyboard.
Brendan Schaub testing out his nice little truck. Let's see what happens.
Emergency call to the SOS service provided by the manufacturer. To cancel, press the SOS or cancel button. Starting SOS call.
Oh my god, he rolled it, hey?
Yeah. That's hilarious. I wish we could. I wonder if they filmed it from the outside and we'll get to see that footage here eventually. But did you get in a crash? I love
SOS
OnStar.
call not successful. SOS system will continue to retry.
That's awesome. What?
Oh my god.
I don't think I've ever heard an OnStar system like that. Do you guys recall hearing that before?
No. Never paid for
At
it.
least he's got a seatbelt on. That's good.
Yeah, but he came right out of it. I don't know if you noticed that. Did he click the thing or did he just come right out of it instantly? Here, I'll play it without the fucking thing on. But yeah, it didn't seem like he was wearing a seatbelt because he was instantly upside down, standing in his upside down truck. Like, I don't know how.
Oh.
Yeah, see, he's already sideways on top of the fucking steering wheel. That's not possible with this fucking seatbelt on, I don't think. Maybe it is. Who knows? That's kind of a weird deal, though, wasn't it? Looking.
It was, yeah,
Let's
I don't understand what the fuck happened.
Yeah, I mean, he does have a seatbelt on. That is
Yeah.
kind of weird. You're correct.
He might have taken
That's
it
a hell-
off like as soon as he fucking stopped.
Maybe.
Usually those fuckers lock up, though. You can't get them off. They're
Oh.
like lock up on you.
Yeah, you gotta cut them sometimes. Huh.
Wendy
No
Pack
airbag?
sent me a link. Should I go do Wendy Pack while you guys hang out here?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Good.
We'll take it over from here.
Hell yeah.
Wait a second.
Hell yeah.
You link didn't send me a goddamn link? What the fuck?
Yeah, she's been sending me one pretty much every night lately.
I just got one too. I just got one too now.
Are you the reason I keep getting links all the time? Like, I know you go on that show every night.
No, I've never told you to send her a link. Or I've never told her to send you a link. But yeah, I mean, she does want you on there though. She was in the chat the other day, the last episode. She was like, I need BYB on my show. I think he hates me.
Yeah, she sent me a thing. She was like, don't BYB like Wendy? And I was like, we love Wendy. Sorry, I haven't come on, though. I just haven't had fucking free time to do it. I've been busy. Sorry.
Still baffled by that goddamn crash.
Yeah, well, obviously he popped it off after he wrecked. I know those side airbags are pretty nice. That's keeps you from slapping your head. One time, me and my buddy, we live out in the middle of nowhere, but we got pretty wasted drunk and we're racing back to his house. And remember, these are country roads. We were teenagers, but yeah, nobody's on these fucking country roads. Like, you'll never see other vehicles. If you do see another vehicle, you wave, because that's like we're all hicks out in the middle of nowhere. But yeah, we were racing, and he went to make the corner, and he did beat me to the corner, but he went right off sideways and hit the ditch, and boom, he was out cold when I got over to him. He slapped his head on the window. Didn't break it out, but he was out cold as ice. So yeah, those
airbags face down
on
the steering wheel.
No, because he went sideways into the ditch, so he just slapped his head sideways into the window. So, but yeah, he was out cold as could be.
Would you just pull him out, or I mean, like
No,
that
I
was
just sat there till he
like
woke
the
up.
90s.
He was just doing that normal, that groaning fucking thing you do when you're out.
When you're concussed, yeah.
Concussed. Yes. Did we go to the hospital? No.
No.
Did we keep drinking? Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, boys. Did y'all fucking get a snatch rope and drag him out the ditch, or what?
Yeah, actually I did, because I didn't wreck my truck, so it was perfectly fine to go ahead and pull that fucker right out. But we do have, indeed, the man, the myth, the legend, Pat Dixon himself is here, folks.
Hello, Derek.
Hey, welcome, Pat. How are you this evening, sir?
Well, thanks. Thanks for having me. But pleasure to be here. Sorry, it was some miscommunication or something.
Yeah, sorry I didn't send you the link.
Well, who cares? I'm here.
Yeah, for sure.
Bit of an exaggeration, you know what I mean? I'm not going to come here and light up the show, I don't think. Just here to say hi.
Yeah, for sure, man. I got your links all set up here. Let's check out if you could find Pat Dixon, of course, on his own channel, but follow him on Twitter, Locals. He's got a Locals channel. His link tree has all of his links. And of course, you need to go check out censored.tv. If you guys aren't watching censored.tv, then you're missing out. And of course, he's New York City Crime Report. Promo Pat over there on Censored. I always like shouting out Censored, especially Pat, because I don't think everyone knows about it. But I love Gavin McGinnis and everything he's been doing and working on for years. So, and I'm sure you feel the same way.
I do. I totally agree. I think everything he says is entertaining pretty much. And the network has got a lot of shit on it, a lot of good stuff, good quality stuff you can't get anywhere else, you know, and that's what's great about it.
Yeah, I know. He added Elijah Schaefer recently. Even Anthony Cumia was on the most recent episode of Elijah Schaefer. Did you catch that one?
No, I did not. But I know that Cumia, I guess he's on there every Wednesday still when they do that.
Right. Compound Censored. Yeah, they do that show every Wednesday. That's on both programs, Compound and, of course, Censored.tv.
Oh, and a moment of silence for my good friend, Richard Lewis. Oh, my God, who died. We were so close. You know, I have a whole portfolio of pictures to show. Where, you know, our relationship was so deep. I never met him, but yeah, he's dead now. He's more of an actor, really, than a comic after a certain point, which is what everybody wants, isn't it?
Yeah, to be a comedic actor. I guess that's how they phrase it, right?
Oh, Granny left.
Yeah, thank God, right? You have no idea. You have no idea how good of a thing that is.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah. If only.
I'm sure he'll be back.
Yeah, I know for your show doing New York City Crime Report, obviously being able to play videos and talk about sensitive content, something you can't really do on YouTube. So it's all that some of that show almost requires being behind a paywall.
It helps, I guess, but then again, I'm not doing anything that's, there's no nudity usually or anything like that. We're not I'm not back there trying to reinvent the ethnic slur or anything. It's a good show, though. I mean, because sometimes, crime and politics are now the same. Politics reaches into everything. So it's hard to do a show that doesn't have some element of politics in it.
Yeah, culture is downstream from politics. Yeah, and everybody's trying to rule the culture now. Absolutely.
Well, I always thought that politics was downstream from culture, but
I said it backwards. Yeah, didn't I?
Well, I mean,
I'm an idiot.
Somebody pointed out to me what we need to do then is just be creating better culture. Like maybe do more 80s type tit movies and stuff. Stuff that we used to have in the culture that kind of made it fun.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah, it's or I don't know, alternately church, more church.
Yeah, no, I think the 80s did, and it was a good mixture. Of course, like heavy metal and stuff, and I remember they talking about Satanic Panic, and that was the big deal back in the 80s. But yeah, there was a good amount of wholesomeness, but also good titty shots, like gore movies, horror movies.
Yeah,
that's probably the best example.
And the what you were saying about the music, you couldn't have the Satanic Panic without people that are holy rollers. I mean, that stuff goes by now without batting an eye. It's not like the music cleaned up. I mean, then it was gangster rap, and before that, it was what I guess rock. When Elvis came out, that shit was going on, and nobody wanted to get him to be get involved in the hippies and the drugs. And now it's like you got to worry about the guidance counselor telling your kid to cut his dick off.
Right.
Yeah. Where have we gone with that? Holy shit.
Yeah, it's a whole level of intensity for parents now.
Oh, I got to zoom in on that. Pat, what do you got in the bottom right of your screen? Is that one April M. Holt? There you go. Oh, I love it. That's funny. Yeah.
I figured, she wouldn't mind.
No, she doesn't mind. She came on our show. She's here right now. Speaking of the devil. What do you know? Yeah.
Bobby, get in there, bud.
Get you a mouthful of some ass. That's right.
Bobby, get in there.
No, make him deal without it. Make him deal without it.
Mean.
Okay, we got Frankie McDonald here too. We'll say hi to him and then let him go. Hey, Frankie, how's it going, buddy? How are the girls well under 20 doing this evening? I guess he's going to be muted for this entire section.
I used to read that skin mag, girls well under 20.
Nice. Yeah. From 18 to 20, they should have called it 18 to 20. Yeah, I don't know what you're doing there, Frankie. Let's get him off screen.
Oof.
Yeah, you've obviously you've seen Frankie on Compound when you were there, I would assume.
You started to say dealt with Frankie.
Yeah, you didn't have him on your shows, but you saw him around, I assume.
I had him on one time, and that was it. And I'm ashamed to say that I said, get this retard off my show. Now, I didn't know him, and he's not retarded. He's a fine guy. Nothing. But at the time, I thought he was trolling me. I didn't know what was going on. But I wasn't really prepared for that appearance. And but yeah, I know that he's made his mark on Compound.
Yeah, daily for years, for a couple of years now. So as far as working on Compound and Censored, I'm sure you probably find that to be quite the honor working with Anthony and freaking Gavin McGinnis. That's quite the thing to put on your resume.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, maybe if I could take that over to gas, I could get a job, right? You know, don't get me wrong. I am thrilled to be on Censor.tv, and I was honored to be on Compound. You know, I wouldn't have left. I wasn't planning on leaving.
Right.
But you know, I might be one of the, besides Gavin, I'm probably the only one to ever have shows on both. Now that I think about it. But working with Kumia was like, he came in and did his show, and if you hung around, you got to see him and hang out a little bit, and sometimes I would. And working with Gavin is like, you know, I send him a video every week. You know, that's kind of it. You know, although I've been friends with Gavin for a long time, but he's a busy multi-millionaire guy who I don't really interact. We don't go out for cocktails together or anything like that. But he's a fun dude, very funny guy. You know, Compound. I still stay in touch with Kumia sometimes. I used to play cards at his house and shit, and he is always funny. That's one thing about him. He just is always a fun and funny guy. I've only seen him really pissed off like maybe once or twice. In June, a couple of years ago, he came in and he goes, "I don't want to hear a fucking word out of you, Pat. Not a fucking word." And he just walked it because all I did was walk across the street and go to the studio.
Oh, so you're saying the day that the punch happened, he said that to you?
Yeah. Because I guess he was in there. I didn't even know he was in there.
Oh, right.
So I went to
he was sitting at his normal table. Yeah.
I was sitting in reception reading the paper. You know, when he came in, he was about 20 minutes late. He's like, "I don't want to hear a fucking word. Not a fucking word."
Yeah, and then you just sat down with E-Rock and him and had a discussion, and that was pretty much the end of it? Or?
No discussion. We never had a discussion. There was no discussing allowed. There were some emails floating around. We were all supposed to have a meeting and everything, but it was, you know, not all parties agreed to the meeting. It was only 50% participation. The other one wasn't into it. So
yeah, I got you.
And it was specified too that I couldn't come back until we had a meeting. So that's the way that went.
Yeah, fair enough. And I remember it was like within a week of that time, you actually did play poker with Anthony.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing that, but
not everybody was pleased, I'm sure. But, you know, like, it was, I mean, there was nothing between me and Anthony personally. I always liked him. I just became his fill-in guy right around that time, you know, where like whenever he was gone, I was going to be filling in. And that was probably going to be happening a lot with him moving and shit. So that was all in place. So I hated to it was a bad time, you know, for something like that to happen. But
yeah, absolutely. Well, you've transitioned quite nicely into the Dabbleverse. Were you a fan of the Dabbleverse before you started playing around in it? Or is this a more of a recent, like,
I don't know.
You just started watching the shows and
never felt any more in or out of it, you know, like not more in it now than I was, or out of it any more then than I am now. I mean, like, it just seems the same to me. Like, I didn't know. It wasn't a conscious decision. I just started doing a show on YouTube. That's it. But I was on MLC, you know, pretty frequently before that.
Right. So, but as far as like watching the shows and keeping up with everything going on in the Dabbleverse, were always really keyed in like that? Or
I got started on Melton. I think that's where I got started when he was taking Steel Toe apart. That's like I watched MLC before that and everything was on that, but I started watching NLO, and I just the way he was talking about Steel Toe was just fucking. I mean, it was every day, so it was kind of a soap opera there for a while, you know. And I guess I kind of got hooked on it then, and then, you know, from there I picked up other shows and stuff. But this is you know, this one here, you got, how long you been doing this one now?
About a year and like a couple months.
See, I think a lot of it kind of built up a lot, you know, since I started paying attention to it, you know, and since that happened in June of 22, the punch.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's
not making a connection. I'm just saying, but you know, after that time, it seemed like, I think when Kevin started doing 5 days a week, it seemed to like make a difference. I don't know. I mean, it got a lot more acrimonious, that's for sure. People started.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Yeah,
really-
a lot's changed since the punch. I think the punch put everyone into different camps and kind of split the world there for a while. It really did. It seemed like half of the people went your way and half the people went Gino's way, and like everybody went at each other's throats for being on either or other side. Like it depended on who you picked, like who was going to trash you.
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it that people gave a shit so much. Really, it was shocking to me. I was shocked. Oh, Lemmy left. She's walked out. Is that in?
No, that they just whatever we come in and out
Oh,
as yeah.
Well, I was shocked that it was that anybody got so charged up about it. It seemed kind of like wow, but
no, people got fucking pissed and whatever. I said some things and Gino had heard them and he got pissed off at me even like for just saying like, hey guys, get in fights, like fights. People punch people. Men hit each other. I was like, because in my life, that's kind of been the case, honestly.
Yeah,
I've been in a lot of fights in my life, and so shit happens. I get that part of it. But I definitely got cussed out for it, and Gino's actually here in the chat. Let me read some of these chats.
I can't be around anything like that.
Oh, super chat.
What's your game when
It's
it
a
comes
super
to
chat.
poker? You seem like a 5-card stud, man.
5-card stud.
Stud.
Wow.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Is it 1950? What?
Yeah, that is when that game was really popular. 5-card stud was big whenever Nixon was not in office, but when Nixon was in the fucking Navy. But I'll play 5-card stud. I'll play 7-card stud. I'll play. I like some of those goofy games, but not too many.
Oh, Raz and Omaha and like all that shit. But 5-card, I'm assuming you're a Texas Hold'em guy. I would guess.
I know how to play. That's all anybody wants to play. But I'd rather play Omaha high low. Is probably what I would rather play.
Yeah, I used to play a lot of Omaha late at night. Yep, yes sir. They traveled the desert with ghosts. $5. Thank you, sir. Breaking news: Ray is roasting Stet Joe and Stevie Lou on his podcast tomorrow night at 8:00, and Carl doesn't fucks with Alan Workshop decks.
Alien, I think, but yeah.
Oh, Alien.
Alien Workshop decks.
Oh, Alien Workshop. Right. What? That's computer shit, right? Alien Workshop.
No, it's skateboards. Fuck's sake, you can't even use.
I'm not a skip,
so why
dude. Yeah, come on.
You
Hello.
own skateboards and you can't use them.
How many quadriplegics do you know that fucking skateboard? And it's not my skateboard, obviously.
Okay, I guess 0. Guess you can.
And Carl doesn't fuck with. That's so inside baseball. I can't even explain to you. Why skating? Is it because he got frosted tips? Now he's supposed to be out there skateboarding with the youngsters, the hip kids. R.I.P. Bobby Nick. I know that was just a lot. They travel with ghosts. Yeah. So long. R.I.P. Bobby Nick. Rest in peace.
Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate that.
All right. Gino Viscani. Pat is lying. Oh wait. Aren't you guys supposed to be separated by super chat mile?
I really can't be here. If I can't have any contact. It's against the law. It really is.
Well,
so I got to go just because there's an order of protection that says that there can't be any sort of interaction even on social media and stuff like that.
You were serious about that?
Yeah, I can't even respond.
Oh,
yeah, I don't think
no,
it's
don't.
Real Gino,
okay. Yeah, don't. It's not. I don't think it is either. But all right, I don't even know how that works. If you're serious about that, I won't bring him up on screen.
I am. Oh, well, yeah, I'm 100% serious. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't say anything about that.
Okay, can I put him on screen and you just not refer to it or comment?
I'll probably just split. I mean,
no, I won't put him on screen. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. So don't waste your money, Gino. Apparently, if that is the real Gino, do not put your money in there. And I will not defy Pat because we want him here as a guest tonight, and we appreciate him coming on. Star Mountain $2. Weird question. would you have KC on? I assume you're talking about KC Armstrong or KC Day. There's only two of them out there. I have asked and will have KC Armstrong on here in the near future. I know he talks a lot about recovery and that kind of stuff, and I think that will be our topic for discussion. So, yeah, absolutely. We'd love to have KC Armstrong on, and he said he'll have us on his show and vice versa, just kind of like we're doing with Pat, as a matter of fact.
All of you guys.
No, like me and Lemmy, or me and maybe one other person, kind of.
Ambassadors.
Yeah, two ambassadors to signify our show. Beloved chatter, $1.99. Pat is officially overdressed for this podcast. Yeah, there's no doubt about that. We don't dress up whatsoever. We aren't sorry about it either.
You.
Yeah, I'm overdressed to be sitting in my own, kitchen here too. So pretty absurd.
I like it. I appreciate it.
Wait a minute. You're in your aunt's basement. You can't be in your own kitchen at the same time you're in your aunt's basement.
That's true. I can't be in those two places at once, but I am in my kitchen. That's a weird one right there. That's a weird one.
Steel toe. Yeah, so as far as steel toe goes, you pretty much saw the destruction of steel toe happening in real time with NLO covering him pretty much, right?
Just it's one of those things. If you keep the camera on him long enough, then I suppose it eventually, man, he just melted down. He couldn't handle it. It was too much attention. And when he was accusing him of committing crimes and shit like that, but he's mostly making fun of his show. And it was weird, man. I've never seen that kind of turnaround. I mean, the show's it's not even the same show now, that show, Steel Toe, at all. I mean, it's like
not even close, dude.
Yeah. It's fascinating.
The de-evolution of it has and I'm still I still listen, but the de-evolution of that fucking show is it's, in Aaron's words, remarkable. He likes to use that a lot. It is I don't know, man. It's fucking e-pandering at its finest, right? That's really what it fucking comes down to, is just always meeting the goal. Like every time I tune in, I work construction, so every time I fucking tune in, it's the same fucking thing. Let's hit the goal, all this, and then he will do decent topics. You know what I mean? Like once he gets topical, it's good, but it's not a lot of that. Not a lot.
The real show, real radio show. They do a real show there with real topics. They don't want to, but I mean, whatever. I don't want to just repeat all these talking points about Steel Toe, but I mean, I think that goal business does definitely interfere with his ability to have a good time. And
he just wants to do radio. He looked up to Anthony. Obviously, he had those 6 shows that showed up on Compound Media, but he really just wants to be back on radio. And it's obvious. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's going that direction to me. Or else he'd already be on radio. I don't think.
Hard to get on radio now. It used to be they'd have these people, they'd pay them good money, and then they're, when they fired one of them at some point. I mean, I'm talking a long time ago when they started firing a DJ and then taking somebody who's an intern, right, and saying just get on there, or whatever. And it's they can pay somebody so much less, and they're sometimes people are programming for multiple stations and. It's just not the same, I mean, they've really, radio has changed financially. Their whole financial deal has changed a lot.
Yeah, and a lot of people pay to be on a station, and then you're trying to make ad revenue to make up for you paying to be on the station. I guess that's a lot of the situations in the smaller markets. So yeah, making money is you have to break even before you can start profiting off of that model. It's a tough situation.
It's definitely not much to aspire to anymore. It's not the thing to be man, that's what to really be shooting for. I don't think. I mean, God, I think he's just happy that there'd be a built-in audience there and he wouldn't have to worry about asking for money.
That, and he wouldn't have to have the criticism unless it was callers. And I think that the criticism gets to him a lot.
Oh, yeah.
I really do.
You wouldn't have to sell other things to make up for it either, right?
Get in there, Bobby.
I like tricking him better. That's
like
more
a
fun.
turtle.
Take it away from him when he's sticking his tongue out. That's funny.
You look like a
You
turtle.
bastard.
Yeah, you can't eat. No dinner for you tonight. Yeah, I don't know, but like the Gino thing happened. So you're down there in Tennessee, correct?
Yeah, I left after I got fired, and then I got another job almost right away, but I had already planned to move. So I just moved, I mean, like rent's not cheap in New York, and that I was making money from Compound, like primarily, which for better or for worse, that's where I was at. It was just after a divorce, and, it was just time to go. So I came to Tennessee. I love it here. Chattanooga.
Chattanooga, nice. Yeah, so pretty much everything's wrapped up with your court case, but you can't talk about it. But I was just curious, like, did you lose any rights? Or so you never had like probation or lost any rights from the whole situation, or
no, I didn't lose any rights, except I can't like talk to the victim in the case. I can't.
Yeah, it's just an order of protection for him or whatever.
I had to do anger management, and that was, to be honest, anger management was a lot less than I thought it was going to be. A lot easier. I mean, it's like completing the online course was like, I mean, I couldn't believe it. It's like, read this, and it has to take you this long. I mean, that was it, and I didn't mind that. You know what? I learned a few things, I'm sure, but that was it. That and time served, because when I initially turned myself in, because I came from Tennessee to turn myself in. That's why.
Right.
That's why it's like, well, I got to deal with this, right? I mean, I'm hearing from police and shit like that. So okay, I go up there and spend, I don't know, about 6 hours in a cell, which was way longer than I wanted. I mean, I couldn't
in a New York cell, right? That's got to be a shitty place to be.
Just like losing your freedom in any way is like such a it's like I know it's like nothing. 6 hours, is nothing. It really is. But I mean, I did not want to be there. Obviously, you know what I mean? It's like it really sinks in like, wow, okay, so I'll be here all night if court doesn't happen in time, or if there's just the slightest, somebody drops the ball on it or whatever, I'll be here. Then you really start to go crazy with thoughts too, like maybe everybody forgot all about it. I'll be here forever. It's just no fun, because you can't pull. There's no chute to pull. You can't be like, oh man, if I really desperately need to get out of here, they'll let me get out of here. It's like, no, they won't.
No, they don't let you leave. It's kind of bullshit. Like, I'm like, hey, I want to go. Yeah, it turns out. Yeah, it turns out they don't fucking let you leave.
That's
like,
so
you can't
ridiculous.
walk out the fucking door.
It was all voluntary, and I had to go back to court from here too, like 4 or 5 more times after that. I mean, it was ridiculous. It was a lot of driving. It's 1,300 miles one way. I guess I did that.
1,300?
Yeah.
From yeah.
From Chattanooga.
That seems about right.
Yeah, it was. So it's 26
to go sit. To go sit in a cell for 6 hours, which isn't a long time.
He said
but
he said he had a bunch of court cases after that. He went 5 or 6 times for court cases.
There's always another adjournment, nothing getting done. There's no, like discovery that's been turned over and all this kind of shit. It just is it just takes forever, And so like I'm up there once a month. I'm in court for like 10 minutes, and then I can turn around and go home. And the last couple were virtual. Finally, they saw their way clear to do that, but the rest of the times I had to actually be there.
Did the anger management classes make you angry?
No, they really didn't. I hear that all the time, but I mean,
I've heard people say that the anger management classes made me want to fucking beat someone to death.
I was on my own though. I mean, there was no instructor. I was hoping for something like that. I'm like, I haven't been in a classroom situation in a long time. Must be kind of fun. But no group therapy, nothing. Just read. And it was
that during like the COVID era and shit though? Like that's why it was all like digital or
no. This was way after. I mean, this was like this is last year. I mean, it's a few months ago I did anger management.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I mean, but I guess it's because I'm not in New York, and I guess probably a lot of people opt to do it virtually. Just do it online anyway, if they can.
Yeah, I would imagine so. If you have that option. Yeah, but this, like you said, I actually took my concealed weapons permit online, and it was the easiest thing that there's ever been. It doesn't really give you any insight on how to use a weapon or like really anything that you should know about using a weapon. It's totally it's too easy in my mind. There should be some training maybe.
It's just a stamp of approval, and that's it. Like, yes, you
pretty much.
I've got a little diploma and shit. It's great. My anger is managed now, I guess. Going forward.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Would you do it all over again, exactly like it was done the first time, or is that even something like? Obviously, you were pissed off that day to do that, so.
Well, it didn't really pay off for me in a big way. I'll say that, But then again,
no, it definitely did not. But
change happens in life, and what good does it do to regret? One thing, there's been so much shit said, that isn't true about it. It was never a felony, That was one thing that I heard a lot of people, people was floating around. So, a felon, I'm a felon, and it's a felony. It was never a felony, ever. I was charged with a misdemeanor, and that was, there was some pleading down and all that kind of shit that happens, and then this becomes a violation eventually, like a parking ticket. So it's not that big a deal. And I guess, do it all over again. I don't know. I mean,
it wasn't aggravated. That was the only thing that would make it a felony if it was aggravated assault. So yes, aggravated assault would have made it a felony. If you would have struck more than once, it was whatever the fuck happened. I without bringing up names, I could see why someone would strike that man. I personally, I don't have anything against him. I like him, but I could understand why somebody would fucking strike him in the face. I get it, but
come on, Granny, you're not supposed to hit women.
I renounce all this sort of talk.
No, it's all hyperbole. Sure. This is all hyperbole. None of this is all hypothetical.
I don't even know what you guys are talking about.
Yeah. What are all these references to? I don't get it. Don, $5. John was right. He sounds exactly like Edward G. Robinson.
Actually, what John said was Edgar G. Robinson. So I don't know who that is. I'll have to look him up.
No, that's Edward. Right. He
said Edgar. Yeah. Edward,
yeah.
Whatever. Yeah. I think he's. I don't know if he's quite got it down yet, but pretty good observation. Exactly. I think Don is being facetious.
Facetious. Yeah. There we go.
Facetious. Yes. Facetious.
Is it? So Edward G. Robinson's the old timey gangster, correct? Yeah. See that guy.
Yeah. It's right. No.
In all fairness, I do a impersonation of you constantly, and I do one of Ray, and I'm sure they both suck, but it's fun just to try to do the Edward G. Robinson thing.
Voices are fun.
Yeah, even if you suck at them, it's fun just to like throw it out there. It's at least see if people can get what you're.
Whisper Ray, it's like it's like a note.
You're a good egg. Yeah, You're a good egg. I wish you well. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of the repeated phrases and shit. Like, I thought it was squashed and all that.
Yeah. No, it's not squashed. It's unsquashed. Yeah.
I'm roasting John.
I'm gonna roast John and Stevie Lou, whether they want me to or not. Yeah.
I like Ray, and I like, but one thing about Ray, man, he gets set on a course. That's what he's doing. I mean, there's no stopping him. That's it.
Yeah, once he picks out a victim on the side of the road on I-80, he will go after it with a voraciousness unseen by many, I'm sure.
He denies that. He denied it last night on my show. He said he hasn't killed a woman yet. His exact words.
Yet.
Right. Yet. And I did see the I-80 lady came into the chat though, and she had other things to say about that fact. She seemed to have some insight to his behavior in the past.
First of all, she's a ghost. Second of all, she's a woman. So who are you gonna believe?
Allegedly a ghost. Balls Deep gifted 1 BYB podcast membership. Beep, 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 beep.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a loud fucking horn. We like it. Thank you, Balls Deep, for the membership. Absolutely. All right. So Douglas Nelson, I know he's been a co-host of yours for a long time. You guys do that new show on your channel, Pat Dixon channel.
He's there quite a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, he's fucking awesome, man. You guys like work hand in hand perfectly. I don't know what it is. Do you have any insight to why that chemistry works so good?
He's instant gold, I mean, you just add him to any show, and I think he really does blend well. I mean, like I give him all the credit for, because I'm just sitting there being me. But it does after a while when you're talking to him, and you know what to expect, and you know what to, like how it's gonna go. I know his sense of humor, so I'm aiming for it all the time too. And we do another show over on the locals. We haven't done it in a bit because we've been doing this 11 o'clock thing, but it's called Late as Fuck. And it's kind of weird how, he's somebody I can talk to for a long time about nothing, and everything. So it's just, I guess we're just friends.
Right.
What's also great about you two guys together is that you're both like, you got that old timey feel,
Yeah.
So
Really well. But not to put too fine a point on it, but we're both old. So it's appropriate. And I think we're both older than, some people our age even. I don't know, he doesn't mind putting on a tie for the show. I mean, I think that he's definitely got an old-fashioned sensibility too.
Yeah.
I'd have put on a tie if I'd have known that was the dress code over there at your show. I would have happily put a tie on my shitty t-shirts I wear.
Neither expected nor desired. You were great. Yeah. That's no dress code. Come as you are.
Christina's Black Eye, $1.99. Thank you, Christina's Black Eye. Someone called 911. Joey is hitting me again. Oh.
If someone was hitting me, well, I know what I would do. Super chat BYB.
Reach out. Fucking let somebody who cares now.
I got some food for thought. I did see that Stuttering John has been calling all of you guys pussies, and he's listed you as also one of the people that is a pussy for not coming on his show instead of going on to MLC, who pays you. And I did see what you were saying last night about the fact that obviously you would go on a show that pays you over a show that doesn't pay you. That's the most obvious thing in the world. I didn't know if you had any more thoughts on the whole thing with Stuttering John. And
it's pragmatic, what if going on one show could mean that you might be likely to lose even one appearance or two appearances, a few $100s, a couple $100, whatever, or, what if it was going to really sour the guy who's paying you on you or whatever, if that's the case. It's not a matter of standing up for your rights, be a man, you're call your own destiny and all that shit. It's just I get paid. So, what the hell is he paying for? I don't know. I'm glad he does. And I'm not going to go. Why would I jeopardize that in any way? And here's the other thing. I don't necessarily think I would have been jeopardizing it by going on John's show. I also, and I never mentioned Kevin when I was telling him that I didn't want to go on his show. I told him that I don't get the Stuttering John phenomenon and that I just don't know how closely I want to interact with it. I mean, basically, that I've never seen anything like it. He's got shows that are all about him, which is fucking weird. It's just I just didn't want to step into that. Now, I told John he can come on my show anytime. And he was like, really? What time? And I told him. And he's like, Eastern? And I'm like, yes, where the people are. Eastern, no offense Derek. But
no, it's true. Everything I reference is in East Coast time, so that's how it works.
So I'm just like, yeah. And he's like, and then I didn't hear anything back. So whatever. I guess he's a pussy not coming on my show too. It's so funny when people say that. Oh, you're afraid of Kevin or something. Like, what are you talking about? It's silly. A lot of this,
it's obvious, right?
Stuff that gets said is just really, really like elementary school level bullshit when it comes down to it.
Well, he is a teacher, so I mean, you'd think he would be able to figure that out. It's arithmetic. Yeah, no, I didn't really understand that because even like when Ray was going on his show and David Chandler was sending him $500 to leave and go to his own show, it's like, and he was calling him a pussy for, the second he left, he was saying, "Oh, what a pussy." It's like, no, I don't think being a pussy or being afraid or loyalty or any of that shit matters when it comes to $500. I will leave my show right now for $500, for God's sakes. Come on, let's be serious.
Yeah.
It's
just
just
simple as that. It's just he's crazy to make it otherwise. He's not anybody who listens to that uncritically. Because there's some people who just take sides. They're just like, I like John, I'm on his side. And they'll just co-sign everything that he says. And there's a few people like that. Even the people,
he is a pussy. Right. Yeah.
Even the people who repeat, yeah, exactly. Even the people who repeat it, no, it's not like, that's not actually the deal. They're just not really thinking about it. They're just like, plus one,
Loyalty shit. Yeah, I think a lot of people it comes down to loyalty, right? I watch a show. This is the show I like, so no matter what is said on here, I will run with it. That's the narrative. Done deal. Automatic.
I know.
And I also get like not wanting to go on a show that everyone is hyper focused on because you will get clipped. And I've been on his show twice, both times, ended up in a clip. I go on Ray's show all the time. I constantly end up in clips on Franklin Sheckler or My Lost Interest. It's a constant. And it's like every time I go on that fucking show, there's some breaking news that I'm part of now. And it gets a little old seeing myself in clips.
Maybe on the other hand, you could say, oh, maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's kind of a good place to be. But it's like, I just don't know the deal with that guy. I mean, like he's... So I don't know, whatever. I didn't do it, and I for whatever reason, it just was not. But it's like I told him, if he wants to come on, he'd be a welcome guest. But I don't think he'll do that.
Yeah, so, no, he's usually a little bit
how it benefits me necessarily too. I mean, I guess there is the clip and stuff or whatever, but I mean, like, I'm not really sure the upside. What's the big upside? All those eyes, all those stunning eyes, all that fame, all that, is it big time?
Yeah, I mean, we got a pretty good bump for having him on. I'm sure you probably would get a bump too.
That's what I would. Yeah, exactly. That would benefit me. That's why he's free to come on anytime if he's not too much of a pussy.
Yeah, if he's not too wasted. I think that's most of the issue, especially with your show coming on at that late in the evening. It's not as late here on the West Coast, but I think he drinks too much to stay up that late. So that's probably the biggest problem.
Time for John. I would do a special primetime edition of the 11 o'clock show.
There you go.
Maybe I should tell him that.
There you go. Yeah, I think you got it fucking nailed right there. That's how you get Stuttering John on there. You do the 11 o'clock show at 8. You know what I mean? And then, and he'll be just drunk enough to make a fool of himself.
They travel the desert with ghosts. $5. Pat, can you slap? Oh God, can you slap Keanu with like and subscribe on our OnlyFans? Does Carl fucks with Birdhouse? Carl, how do we know what Carl does? Oh, Bird. Okay, now more decks. I get it.
Skateboard.
All right, more skateboard talk.
God.
I know. I know what Birdhouse is, right? That's
Tony Hawk's company.
Tony Hawk. You didn't even let me answer, you prick.
Yeah, well, I'm over here. Oh, I get all these clips made about me. Don't fucking roll over your own dick with the goddamn wheelchair. Fucking over here swinging your big dick around like, look at me. I get clipped a lot. Blah, 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 blah. Fuck you.
No, my point was I go on Ray's show, and the only thing I get out of going on Ray's show is seeing me be clipped constantly. There is no upside to going on Ray's show except for that. And it's not an upside, so I don't know.
Yeah, you got fucking
It
wheelchair
doesn't
marks
feel
on
like
the
an
top
upside. I
over
know
this,
that.
dude.
Yeah, birdhouse. But does someone have insight to what Carl likes? I'm not exactly sure why he thinks we have insight to Carl from WATP.
Quick question: who the fuck's Carl?
Carl Hamburger. Hamburger. Trumpet 07, $5. Watch it, boys. You're talking to Pat, the right hand of God, and Pat, the all-American hero.
Wow, Trumpet. What a kind assessment that is. But,
yeah, that's a better intro than I gave you.
Yeah. This guy's getting holy. Trumpet's getting holy on it. Thank you, Trumpet. Yeah, you guys are fine. I think
Pat, I'm a big fan, and I've compared you to a young Don Imus. So, could you do me a favor and give me just one? I can't ask for one nappy-headed host.
Not nappy. No nappies. No, we're not getting nappies.
Nappy-headed host.
Oh, thank you. We've made it.
And they were. In fact, they were nappy-headed hosts. What do you know?
They were nappy-headed hosts. Can't dunk for shit. Also.
How about Stuttering John as a comedian? Have you ever dealt with him much, or what do you know about his stand-up? I hear everybody with all these competing thoughts. I'm going to leave you with that, and I'm going to let my dogs out while you give us that answer. But
you can watch
go for
tomorrow.
it. Run with it.
No,
I can hear it.
I guess all I'm saying about this is, look, I don't know what John does on stage lately. I don't know what he's been up to in the last couple of years. Last time I saw him do any stand-up was something he did at Governor's, I think. Going back to, 2017 or 18, maybe. 19, something like that. Whoa. John, and I just saw a short clip, and I didn't think it was very good, what I was seeing. It didn't seem like it was, pro level or anything like that. Stand-up is like something that when people start off doing it, that's the thing they're doing. It's all they care about usually. And you know the types I'm talking about that are running around from place to place with their notebooks and they're writing jokes and they're trying to come up with the thing that's going to be their thing and find themselves and all that stuff. John never went through any of that. John was like, as far as I know, just like sort of an instant thing over at, he answered phones and shit at Stern. And then he became a character. So look, you don't get to just be really good at stand-up just by virtue of being famous. And, you can work a lot of clubs once, I guess, and if you draw, you can work them a bunch of times. It doesn't make you good at it. So I think he probably has worked some places. I don't think he's very good at it. Because he never had...
you gotta pick up a pen.
Yeah, well, he didn't have to work his way up from just, nobody knows who the fuck you are at all. So
from Ray's level is what we're talking about. I get it. I got you.
Way pre-Ray's level. I'm talking like Ray had to go through this.
That was
and then they don't know who you are, of course, ever really. You could see somebody.
So we're talking about Ray again.
We're talking about Ham and Egger comics. Talking about me. Talking about anybody who's out there on a stage. And if you're not Brian Regan or, I don't know, whoever the fuck else now, and nobody knows who the fuck you are, so you do your thing. Maybe a few people do, but not enough to fill the club. And you perform, and you have to be good, like for everybody. He never had to go through that. John didn't. So I don't think John's really well trained in the discipline of stand-up comedy.
Yeah, from what I gather, that's what it appears like. I did see some of his stand-up, and it was on the Chad Zumach level, if you know what I'm saying. That most recent set that you tore apart. I told everybody too. I was like, you gotta go watch Pat Dixon's takedown of that fucking comedy set. It's pure gold. And you're obviously a good comedian, so like to hear your thoughts on it was like perfect.
I hate it. It was so upsetting to him. I wasn't trying to be there was no animosity in it really. but it's just nuts and bolts, the take apart was. And it's like this, here's what's wrong with the mechanics of what he's doing. And I understand it was in a, possibly sort of a bad situation, with the lighting and whatever else, the sound system and all that shit. But, the jokes themselves were bad and they shouldn't or wouldn't have worked anywhere.
Right. So, I mean, you've gone into clubs before that had bad lighting and people were talking and you were like, well, I'm just not going to be able to do a good set tonight because there was people talking and stuff.
Yeah, I'm going to lose all of my good material. I'm going to lose all of my ability to hold the stage, tell a good joke. I mean, he held the stage for 15 minutes and he was doing his, trying to sell his merchandise for a couple of minutes of that, and a lot of it was long pauses. And he does not, Chad doesn't strike me as a guy who is as much of a comedian as he kind of makes out. But I mean, it's nothing against him. Everybody has a different way of feeling around this elephant, right?
Yeah.
Some people aren't funny. That basically you just said in a lot of words that some people aren't funny. And that's okay, Chad. All right.
Specifically, Chad. Yeah, specifically.
Yeah.
Stand up, like a lot of people can be situationally funny, and that might be Chad. I know he makes.
Yeah, I mean, like there's people on podcasts that are funny on podcasts, but they don't do fucking stand up. You hang out with buddies that are hilarious, but if you put them on a stage, they probably would fall apart. So it's a thing.
A lot of that's an interest and experience, and also just like just whatever decision you make, where you're like, I'm gonna do this. Because the people who want to do it, they can't quit. And anybody who can quit should. Whenever anybody says, I'm going to quit stand-up, I feel like I'm just going to do it. You should. You should definitely.
I mean, have you pretty much quit stand-up at this point? You don't really do it anymore, really?
I mean, I don't do it at hell gigs in AC, But,
yeah, you don't drive 8 hours to make $150, you mean? Like that kind of shit?
I don't. And look, I mean, there's some situational reasons that make it a little harder for me to do some stand-up right now that I would like to do. But yeah, I still do it. I mean, just not as often. And I guarantee you that there's plenty of people who call themselves comedians who have had gaps as long as what I'm doing right now. I mean, and it's no big deal. I mean, I used to be on stage so much that if I missed a night, I was in a bad mood, and I didn't know why until it occurred to me oh, wow, I've been on stage in a day or two or something. So, New York, I was really busy there for 16 years doing it. And yeah, it's slowed down some now, but I mean, it's also not something that you really lose. It's an ability that I have. It's a fucking thing that I can do. I'm doing it at Hackamania in May. End of May, early June, I'll be doing stand-up then. So I guess people can see that and decide if I still do stand-up.
Right.
But, and I've done I did the End Racism tour with Censored last year. And shit, I was on stage about a month ago here in Chattanooga. So I'm still doing stuff, but
Chattanooga. Do you travel to Austin? Have you traveled to Austin or Nashville or done anything in those? It's been a while.
I've worked in 46 states. I think it's 46.
There you go.
But I haven't been to Alaska, and I don't think I've been to Vermont. And probably another
Hawaii?
Yeah, Hawaii. That was a great one.
Good for you.
Came back with money and everything. It was the dumbest trip. I mean, nobody showed up for our July 4th show that they had. It's very few people. They lost money on that for sure. But he's like, what the hell? You got to try something, right? So we did that. And yeah, that was actually a really good year for me stand-up wise when I went to Hawaii. Anyway, yeah, but Austin was the place it's the last place I drank actually in 2020. I was working with Greg Giraldo. He's a good drunk. He was fun drunk.
Oh, okay. So you quit drinking. I thought you quit drinking a long time ago, but
I quit in 2020.
Yeah. No, I just
years ago. But tonight might be the night.
For you.
I'll do it.
Trumpet 07. Quad rules, Granny sucks. I really like you, Trumpet. You are a smart person and you have insights that most people don't. Good eye, buddy. Yeah, so with that Hackmania thing, I've heard you just state flat out that you're going to go there and do your thing, whether or not Kevin Brennan's going to whine about it at this point or not. It doesn't really matter. It's going to happen, period, end of story. Do you kind of worry about that?
I don't really worry about it. I mean, it's work. So I mean, like no. I think he's cool with it for one thing, and for another thing, it's like, yeah, I mean, I told him I'd do it, So I mean, it's once you kind of commit to something like that, I mean, the airline ticket is purchased, and
right,
I'll be there.
And you get to hang out with Ray. That's got to be exciting news for you.
I haven't seen Ray in person since the pandemic, and Jesus, I don't know what. Yeah, Ray's Ray. I always like to see Ray. He's much bigger than he looks in the flyer.
Yeah, you're right. He's a little baby in the flyer. That's pretty bad. I love it. That's great.
He takes exception to that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that. I'm looking forward to I don't know, just hanging with everybody. I like Las Vegas anyway. And I like to play poker and shit. It'll be good.
Right. Plenty of Hold'em. That should be fun. Don, $2.
Quick question. If I'm ever in the Tennessee area, can I come whip your ass at pool, or is that like off the table?
No, I'll shoot pool with you.
Yeah,
it's just a place. You smoke?
Yeah.
We can smoke in the place where I go. So
holy shit!
Ideal.
They serve beer.
Yeah, they got a jukebox. They serve beer. There's a shitload of tables, full size tables, and small pocket tables and stuff. It's really a great pool hall.
Hell yeah!
If you want to play pinball, I'll take you to the pinball museum, and it's on me. We can shoot as much as you want.
Can I bring my old lady?
She got to pay though.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's fine.
I'll pay for pinball. I like pinball.
You like pinball? If you're ever in the area, we can go. It's cost you nothing. It's a little deal.
Badass.
Yeah, the place has like 40 pinball machines.
Yeah, I heard you talking about like a fun house or whatever. What's the one with the little fucking puppet head inside of the pinball machine? Do you know which one I'm talking about? Is that Fun House?
That's Fun House. Yeah, the one where you got to shoot the ball into his mouth to get the multi-ball.
Yeah, that was my shit back in the day, dude.
Yeah,
fucking love it.
That was at a Blimpie that I used to go to just to play that game. I remember that for whatever reason. I think it was a Blimpie, but yeah, I used to play that one all the time. Adam's family.
I think that's why I hate puppets, because that little fucker would talk shit to you the entire time.
He would,
and then you had to shoot the balls into his mouth.
His little shit talking puppet.
Fucking fuck puppets, bro.
Fuck you.
I need to get April Brucker on the show.
Yeah, no doubt. More puppets. More cowbell. More puppet.
I kind of got to get ready and set up my stream. It's just a short time out, Derek. I mean, I don't know how long you guys go, but I think I'm going to have to jump off. Is that?
Yeah.
Hey, am I going to ruffle any feathers here?
Oh, heck no. You got to do what you got to do. Absolutely. I was curious. How much more time do you have?
Yeah. Well, thanks for having me on. And good to meet you guys officially. Granny, Lemmy, Bobby, Nick. It's good to hear your voice.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. It's been enjoyable.
Take it easy.
What you have one last song request? Nothing compares to Juice.
I'll bust it out on the 11 o'clock.
There you
go.
See you guys. Thanks again.
Yeah, thanks, Pat. Have a good night.
Later.
Yeah. Sean Riggle, member for 2 months. Here, let's do this too real quick. And of course, go follow Pat Dixon at he already shouted out the Hackmania thing. That's going to be in late May, so definitely check that out if you're on the West Coast or you want to go out to it. But here's all the links you could absolutely need to find Pat Dixon and all the stuff he's doing. So check him out. I'm sure you probably already have, because I would assume that all the fans we have pretty much probably watch Pat Dixon too. Sean Riggle, member for 2 months. Brendan Schaub quit doing stand-up. Now he's the Stig. S-T-I-G.
Stig.
Stig. Does anyone know what that means?
I'm trying to work it out in my brain.
Yeah, me too.
The Stig.
Not going.
All right. Well, maybe you misspelled something. I can't say for sure.
I don't. He said it again, so I don't think so. Stig.
Stig.
Yeah, might have to Google that one. Do not know. Yeah, I seen. Well, we have some more stuff to talk about. Chad and Chow. Definitely got some more Chow and Chad clips. All right, load this one up. Already have that one. All right, so this is from last night, and of course these guys are. This is not. This is Chad and Chow together, and they were. This is like pre-snipe show, the tard hunting. But yeah, this is what they had to say about me. I hadn't ever really see them reference me too much.
I already agree.
Do you?
Yeah. Yep. I don't even
What's
have to
your
watch
take on
clip.
this quad?
Already agree.
What's your take on this quad father guy? Like, it's just, I'm just full disclosure. I don't get it. Like, he never makes me laugh. There's nothing. He's just there and just gossips.
Yeah, he's just a super fan. I think we touched on it the first time we did the snipe. Like, he just watches everything and then he covers everything. So I don't really have a problem with him, but I don't find him all that entertaining. And yeah, he just does a clip. He clips stuff, and like I mentioned to you last time, he uses all the jargon. Whatever, like another show that's popular starts saying, he starts saying it. Like hacka is what he was saying last night. I think that's from Tukey or Be Dabbling or whatever. Or
he just mimics everything.
I mean, I wish I could be this entertaining as these guys are. I mean, is that the goal, to be this entertaining?
The gayest
they got me laughing so hard. Like, fuck, man. Holy shit. Talk about two fucking not funny people talking about someone who isn't funny. Like, what? Why? Well, I don't get it. I don't know. They're just being dick.
Well, they have to bring me up because they're talking about Ray stuff. And of course, when Ray comes up, I'm on that show quite a bit. So I do get it. And I try to talk shit about both of them when I'm on that show just so that they can hear it because I know they're watching. So therefore, of course, they have to reference it now. But yeah, I wouldn't even say I'm necessarily a super fan. That's kind of what I was going to say about this was it feels like a job watching all these shows. I don't even like to complain about having to watch shows for prep for my show. It seems like I would be bitching a little bit, so I'm not going to do that. But it does feel like sometimes I'm watching shows I don't even want to fucking watch. Because I have to hear what other people were like, oh man, did you see what happened on this show? And then I'll have to go watch that show to see what happened, which can be very annoying because constantly shit happening on shows. So for the route we've gone to become part of the Dabbleverse and actually be entertaining and know about what's going on, it does require me to watch a lot of shit. You watch a lot, right? You keep up with a lot of the shows? I know you watched a lot of Compound.
I do. I like Compound. That's usually what's taken up my brain for most of the midday. While I go about doing my things, I listen to Compound Media on my phone.
Right. How about you, Bobby Nick?
I don't. I do too much fucking podcasting to keep up with anything anymore.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
The fucking Bobby Nick over here.
He's on 5 shows a day at this point.
Pretty much.
Captain's comments. Did someone get banned? I did not see it. Oopsies.
I don't see anybody.
Kevin, man, what's that?
Chow looks like a fucking backup dancer.
TAS, the resident artist, who is actually That's Pat's producer. So she's over there helping him produce the show. So shout out to Tess.
Yeah.
Chow looks like a backup dancer from an NSYNC cover band. It is like I can't unsee it now.
This guy's too much for me, man. And whatever. Like he didn't want to say too much bad about me, and honestly, I kind of feel very similar in that way. That whatever, I don't really like him, but I don't like hate. You know what I mean? It's just
you know what?
But
I get along with Chow, but I will make fun of him because he looks fucking ridiculous, and I am in a tiger onesie. That is a lot coming from me. I got bit by a squirrel today. I'm in a tiger onesie. I might be rabid. I don't fucking know. But that outfit is $19.99 ridiculous.
Yeah, what is it?
I like it.
Family. Big Mama's house? Not Big Mama's house. What is it? Mama's house? Vicki Lawrence? Someone said today that he looks exactly like that, and that's hilarious. Vicki Lawrence. I'm gonna look that up. But yeah, so apparently knowing the jargon of the Dabbleverse, like that's the other stuff I take exception to, is the fact that what is that bad to know all the stuff that's going on in the Dabbleverse and know all the references? Like, isn't that what we should kind of be doing? Anyway, I know these fucking idiots. They say all the same stuff too.
Yeah, they do. 100%
So
they do.
I love that they try. Yeah, here you
go. Oh, damn.
There you go. There's Dr. Chow.
Dude,
yeah.
I remember that show when I was a fucking kid. That motherfucker would be on at like 2 a.m.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's the hairdo, folks. I guess there's 3 of them ladies. Oh, okay. Maybe the one on the right looks just like Chow, right?
That's Betty White and the other chick from the Golden Girls.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's Dr. Chow, folks, if you want to know. That's where he got his look from. Granny. No, not our granny.
It was called Mama's House or something like that.
Not Big Mama's. It's
Mama's
just Mama's
Family?
house.
Mama's Family, yeah.
Mama's Family. There you go.
Yeah.
Everything like we're doing it, or you know,
Good egg, or
we're having it, we're doing it, it's happening again.
Or
the black. Everybody does that shit now.
Yeah, it's the jargon of the Dabbleverse. Yes.
This morning was doing it. That's what I put on Twitter to advertise my stream this morning, was just doing it.
Yeah.
And everybody mostly knows you're on Twitch, and for God's sakes, most people over there even know what you're talking about, right?
I've got actually a Chad Zumach emote, so I'm integrating him onto Twitch, whether he likes it or not.
There you go. Fuck him.
Give me a little mud shark emote.
Yeah, so I mostly just have Chad clips at this point. I did want to go over this with Pat, but I understand he only had probably an hour with us, so that's fine. That's usually what comics. I probably bored him to death.
You almost ran him off with the fucking Gino shit.
I couldn't
Was that
control
really
that. I
Gino?
had no idea.
That was really Gino. I went and checked. That was really Gino.
Good job lying to him, Granny.
Yeah, hyperbole. Yes, thank you. I fucking saved it again. Fucking,
Yeah.
I am the best closer in the goddamn business. All right.
No, that was good. That was a good lie. Right.
We're having fun.
We're doing it. We're having fun. We're doing it.
Gone existed.
No, I love this clip too from back.
100% guaranteed. I don't think so. He's not going to miss a Florida gig. That Minnesota casino we did, that one sucked, but it is what it is. All right. Let's get to Pat Dixon. So, yeah, I went a little hard in the paint on Pat Dixon yesterday, and I'll explain why. Clip it.
Clip it,
Pat's
Bex.
been taking some shots lately, here and there. I don't watch Pat Dixon's show. I only see the clips. Someone post them. And, I'll see him.
That's not true. You know Chad watches all this shit. I love that he's always lying about that. I don't watch these shows. I don't know who you are. But then, of course, when he talks about stuff, he instantly knows like every single fact there is to know about everything. It's amazing how that works.
I'm on MLC from time to time. I full disclosure, and it's just what it is. I tap out a lot. I don't think he really brings a whole lot to MLC. And that's not me trying to be a dick. It's just my personal preference. He's just kind of there. It's kind of like white noise.
Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys consider more entertaining? Someone that has a lot to say and doesn't have to spaz out and be an asshole and have emotional meltdowns, or someone that actually just has interesting things to say? I think Chad is there for effect. I don't think he's there because he has great insight to things.
He's a goddamn punching bag. Chad is a punching bag. He'll get a fucking zinger in, or zinger or two in every now and again, but like is he not the internet's fucking punching bag? I'm okay. He's punching bag too, behind Ray DeVito, which is probably should be shameful. That should be shameful.
Yeah, to be lower on the scale. Well, we already know that Ray DeVito is funnier in stand-up. That's you cannot fucking deny that. I don't know how anyone could see it any other way than that. We've seen enough clips from both of them at this point, and Ray is actually pretty funny at stand-up. Whereas
honestly, Ray is
sucks.
funnier in life as well. I'll never give accolades to fucking Ray DeVito because I think he sucks dick, but in life and probably stand up, probably 10 times better than Chad.
I wouldn't say 10 times.
For 5? Can you work with me there, right in the middle? Can we cut that down to 5 times better?
No.
Fuck. All right. Well, we'll do some haggling after the show.
Yeah, I bet you will. That's code word for gay sex, right? Where she pegs you in the ass and pretends to be a man, says manly things.
Me down, bruh.
She says, "Take it, bitch, take it." Trumpet 07, $5. Thank you, sir. Such BS from Chad. Says exact same thing about anyone he doesn't like. I don't get it. He's not funny. Ray, Pat, Stevie, Quad. Yeah, you can exchange the names no matter what. He'll say that about everyone. Exactly. And whatever. I've never really seen Stevie stand up, so I can't really say that. I don't really consider myself that extremely funny. I would say I'm probably the lowest on that totem pole, but so be it. I'm here to host for the most part. So when I go on other shows, I'm just trying to be a smart ass. I like trolling. I like trolling Ray a little bit, but not like you do, Granny. I don't just go in there and say, you don't ever say your smart goddamn thing, you retard, and then run him off. I love that. That's always great, Granny. Good job.
Appreciate it. And speaking of, some of your donations tonight are going to BYB Man on the Street segment, where I will be going to a Chad Zumach comedy set and interviewing him after the show.
When is this?
Oh, you fucking tell me, buddy. Fucking
He was at Side Splitters last weekend. Why weren't you there?
Because you haven't sent me the money to do it. This is a BYB funded fucking project.
Yeah, I heard that part. Right. You figure out how much the ticket and gas is, and we'll talk.
Okay.
But I would assume he probably comes closer to you than Tampa.
He does. Yeah, but it's a little bit
Clearwater,
of a wait.
is that right?
Yeah, like he did a show at like a fucking like Cuban hair salon around here. It was fucking bizarre, dude. Like,
Did he get a lineup while he was there? A Cuban lineup? A nice hairdo? Like Ray's Dominican lineup?
He got a fade, dude. Yeah, that's a line strong. Thunderbolt on the side.
Well, I mean, if he wants to fit in with Chow, I mean, if he wants to be a real cool wigger, that's a W, folks. That's a W.
Yeah, we're allowed to say that. We're quite. No, not.
Well, we all know Chow aspires. We all know what it is. We get it. It's fine. It's fine. Yes, thank you again, Trumpet.
I don't know much about Pat Dixon's comedy. I've never watched him do stand-up. I don't remember going on a show when I lived with Gino. And you're welcome for the $800, Pat, that I really didn't have to give you. Didn't really have to give it to you. But you've been taking these jabs as of late. I'm just like, whatever. It's Pat Dixon. Who gives a fuck? Like, who gives a fuck about Pat Dixon? But what put it over the top and what really, really bothers me is when you went over and judged that video that, by the way, you're not, illegally shot. You're not supposed to shoot
illegally. Like what law? That's a law on the books. Illegal to film comedy sets. I don't know that that's the case. Sorry, buddy. Maybe we can get you some Google glasses there, Granny. Do you think we can? Yeah, we need a really good. We need someone with a lot of money to send Granny money for Google glasses.
Well, you listen. I'm not. I'll do it after the show, and so I'm not stealing his precious fucking material. I'm using quotations there. But yeah. Like I'll do it after the show. And we'll just see how the fuck it goes. I mean, I might heckle a little bit if I'm in the crowd. But no, I will heckle. But I kind of get the filming thing. You know what I mean? Because I guess that is his fucking bread and butter, kind of. I guess, but like at the same time, dude, you're doing fucking Cuban hair salons. Like what? Like how much did you like? That motherfucker had to drive miles and miles and come close to me to a Cuban hair salon to do stand-up comedy for old ladies.
Fair point. He'll do it again.
And I know
hopefully.
You and Melton have signed off on this. I know you and Melton were stand-up comedians. You were at one point, and you understand how fucked up that is. When Louis C.K.'s Parkland shooter thing got leaked from governors, everyone was outraged. You can't tape in comedy clubs. The material's not finished. It's not there. But not only that, it's a bootleg. It's a bootleg video in a bar.
It's illegal. It's a bootleg. It was in a bar. What else we got, Chad?
An uncontrolled environment.
Oh, it was an uncontrolled environment. We already got Pat said that. We asked him, he said that already, that yeah, like, okay, so the lighting's not good, the stereo system's not good, so I guess that means that you're absolutely incapable of being funny and saying funny jokes now. Right. Yeah. Nice try, Chad.
Speaker system and a shitty microphone. You had everything working against you. Everything. And I know for a fact Melton and Dixon have been in that scenario a million times. They know exactly what that is.
One difference. They were probably still funny.
And what you're dealing with and what you have to deal with. So for you to sit there and go over my stand-up set like it's my fun, like this is what it is, guys. Here's my Comedy Central presents. You know that. You know for a fact that's not that. I'm fighting everything against me. And with that being said, why didn't you show Tony's set? Why didn't you show Keanu's set? And Gino? Why me? Why did you have to go over it like that's it? That's what I bring to the table. You know that's fucked up. I don't have to explain it. So, Pat, when you decided to dip your toe into it, I'm like, fuck you, dude. Fuck you. You know exactly what you're doing. You know exactly what this is. And for you to just be a part of it, like I want to be a part of this melting pile-on. You know exactly what you're doing. Then you go on your stream saying I'm this, that. You follow internet bullshit. You don't know my life. You don't know who I am, what I've done. You don't know anything. You just go by what Melton Twist.
Yeah. Pat Dixon's still watching, I guess, and he's surprised to see this one. He said, when is this from? Yeah, this is great. This is gold. I love this shit, man. It's so pathetic. I love watching this guy squirm.
And what others say.
You suck, Chad.
I mean, obviously, it's after fucking AC. I think it was like the day after or a couple days after. I think it was the Monday after Pat went over the set. So pretty much right after that.
Nothing's based on
So
fact.
Pat, my bad. I didn't mean to step on the video, but so Pat went and gave his personal opinion on Chad's set, right? That's what happened.
He watched it. He watched the entire set and broke it down, every little piece of it, like so perfectly. You can still go watch it. It's still up on his channel.
But
it's from
I'm
like 3 Saturdays ago or 2. Yeah, it's been a couple weeks.
It came down to Chad being dog shit in his passion.
Oh, 1,000,000%. Like horribly bad. Yeah, it was disgustingly bad. I've never really seen worse. Yeah, like his celibate set joke he did in there, where like he was talking about the Christian. It's so fucking bad. But he tries to sing celebrate the music, but he turned it into celibate. It's so fucking bad. The entire premise was dog shit, but above and beyond that, it was just the fucking celibate. It was like, what the fuck? Amazing. You have to go watch the breakdown. It's perfect. It's succinct.
I kind of don't want to.
You know?
Yeah, it's dog shit. It's 15 minutes long. I mean, and whatever. What Ray said about Chad and his stand-up ability and him coming from radio and being a hype man on the radio, maybe a third mic, and then trying to translate that into comedy. But, pretty much just has been an opener or a middler this entire time. But yeah, so Ray calls him a hype man. Like, he might be a good guy to put in the beginning of your show that might just go up there and be like, yeah, come on, people, come on, but actually be dog shit, so you don't really have to, like, compete with someone that... You don't want someone to open for you that fucking crushes, and then you got to follow it. That's like someone like TJ Miller or fucking, Jim Brewer. And I'm sure these guys don't want a dog shit comedian to open for them because they pretty much pick them for local stuff. So it's Florida-based. But I assume they don't want someone so good that they outshine them. They don't want a total dog shit, but they want someone to, just get the crowd going. So maybe that's what he is, like a hype man opener. That's all I can guess. A fluffer. Yeah, that was used. I love that. That's the best way to explain it. He fluffs it. He gets you hard, ready for the main event. Gets you ready for that meat.
It's all based on.
I mean, people on the internet say you live with your aunt in the basement. Is it true? I don't know. They say you're not allowed in New York City. Is it true? I don't know. They said you didn't pay your rent for the last year. This is what they say on the internet, dude. Is it true? I don't know. So why is everything you hear true about me? Why is it just, oh, that's fact. That's fact. So Mel, I never had a problem with you. I really haven't. But say what you want, regardless of what you think about Gino. And it wasn't just because I did a show with Gino over the weekend. There's a couple of things Gino did that annoyed me. Saying I'm not allowed in studio because of Kumia's cucks. I'm like, all right, dude. All right. Not that you didn't say all kinds of horrible shit about me. But say what you want about Gino. What you did was wrong. Going into the bar and punching him in the face. Sucker punching him. You know that too. A lot of people got behind it because it was Gino and he runs his mouth, but you know that was fucked up just because he had your ex-girlfriend on the show. It was wrong. And you know what you did on your stream going over my stand-up shit in a set in an uncontrolled environment was wrong. You know that was wrong. So say whatever you want. You can say, oh, you could turn it around. First of all, Pat, I'm not taking life advice from you. I think you should take your own advice. You think you need to work on Pat. I know you're a hero because you quit drinking. Just an absolute hero. Dry drunk. I doubt you did the steps. I sincerely doubt you went to meetings. But before you judge my lifestyle and what I do and you have no idea. I'm living my best life. I have a great life. I live in a great part of South Tampa.
That's
a half
a lie.
mile from a Whole Foods, half mile from a Trader Joe.
Yeah, things are going great, right?
Yeah. We're doing it. Everything's good. He like literally convinces himself of that.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's the biggest cope. Yeah, and I think I've already showed this like on a weekly Dabble review. That's where this clip's from. But yeah, it's like it's so fun. It's fun to watch the review again because he copes so fucking hard in this. My life is great. I live close to the coast. It's only a half hour away. I live close to a TJ Maxx. I mean, there's a Whole Foods right down the street. My life's good. Pat Dixon's life sucks. He's a dry drunk. He didn't do the steps. Yeah, it's so fucking gross.
I will say that Pat probably does shop at a Piggly Wiggly, but and that's only because he
is that a bad thing? I don't even know.
No, it's not. It's a Piggly Wiggly.
It's a Southern thing. I've heard of it. I know it's a fucking grocery store or whatever, but what?
What is a dry drunk?
It's someone that's still doing all the same behaviors that they did while they were drunk, but now that they're sober, but they can't give up like doing fucked up stuff, the same stuff they did while they were drunk. And that I can confirm because I've been to Alcoholics Anonymous. I've heard all these fucking catchphrases. But yeah, that's definitely something that would be said in like an AA atmosphere. Definitely what he was saying about like, oh yeah, he's probably never worked the steps. That's definitely AA jargon. So like he's going out and he's the biggest drunk. So once again, like the cope of an absolute alcoholic calling someone else a dry drunk that's not worked the steps while you're having seizures on a weekly basis because you drink too much vodka.
Oh, it's weird.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you just be like, the point is getting sober. It's not asshole school. Like it's not like teaching you to be less of a piece of shit. If you're a piece of shit, you're a piece of shit. You're going to do.
For the most part. But I do know that AA is probably the point is to try to just help you like be a better person and figure out why you became an alcoholic in the first place, and some of that is mixed in there. I definitely can explain that. Yeah,
let's not.
And we got more Chad stuff coming up. Yeah, I love this explanation about him stealing the Tito's from the liquor store. Dude, this boggles my mind. I love hearing this. And yes, this is a Chad bashing extravaganza. All join the extravaganza.
Maybe have you seen Chad's liquor store video?
Yeah, we gotta watch that. Adam, it's on my Twitter.
Yeah, I can pull it up.
I'm just gonna watch the first half of this because it's amazing.
Chad can give us the play-by-play.
I've already talked about this a million times.
Yeah, but not here. But we haven't watched it with you.
We haven't broken down the game.
It's like watching the Zapruder film with JFK.
Right.
It's literally 6 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, but it holds up.
Yeah.
It's like
yeah. So you can't talk about stuff that happened in 6 years ago, right? Because that wouldn't be interesting to someone that's never heard the story at all, right? Right.
King Bad, it holds up. It's like.
Who the fuck steals vodka? An alcoholic.
Yeah, like a homeless people. Like who the fuck steals vodka?
Alcoholics. shoplifters.
Very homeless thing too.
What do they call them? The people that can't
Petty.
stop stealing shit.
Kleptomaniac.
Kleptomaniac, alcoholic. Kleptomaniac, alcoholic. There you go. He's both, right?
He's just a
Yeah, but he
broke
lives
alcoholic.
in Tampa, dude. There's like plenty of fucking homeless people. You don't have to steal the shit. You can just go down to the fucking tent city and probably you suck a dick for some fucking vodka.
Pop a squat with the homeless.
Yeah, there you go, and you'll get some free vodka. See, fucking, I worked it out for you.
Oh, Gino. Yeah, Gino was in fucking LA, and he had a bottle of whiskey and he was walking around and some homeless lady walked up to him and he gave her it's like one of the most epic moments from In Hot Water. It aired back in the Aaron days. He gave that bum a swig, this gross looking bum lady, a swig of his whiskey. It blows my mind. It's like, no fucking way. Oh,
She drank half the fucking bottle, didn't she?
Nah, she took a good swig, but no, she didn't do that. But fuck, dude, I can't imagine having my lips on the same bottle as that lady. It was gross.
I feel better about the squirrel bite now. To tell you the truth, feel better about the goddamn squirrel bite.
Yeah, you should feel a lot better about a whole lot of things, Granny, after hearing that story.
Like the Sopranos,
Bad
that
is
whole
off.
time. Go ahead, Adam.
Oh,
I missed that jacket.
I don't think there's any sound to it, but
Why do I always feel like someone's watching me?
As Jay Leno said,
well, you popped.
Should be a better criminal.
He looks homeless doing
Well, this
it.
was
I missed it. I didn't even see it. It was so
This
fast.
was New Year's Day. I was hammered. I just left a party.
Okay.
And I was hammered.
what state were you in?
Ohio.
State of what
A
state
state of
drunkenness?
inebriation.
Pretty drunk. Pretty fucking drunk. And then but the story is like I paid for
How did they not catch
Oh,
you?
I see.
No,
it's
no,
in your
no.
hand already.
No, that's what you heard what he just said. Listen
Yes,
close to
I
what he
paid
says.
for it. Why did you
what state of
fucking stuff
drunkenness
it
were
down
you
your
in?
pants
pretty drunk.
then?
Pretty fucking drunk. And then but the story is like I paid for
How did
it.
they not catch
Oh,
you?
I see. It's in your hand already, and you went.
I went back and paid for it, so it's not like it's
What do you mean?
I paid for it. I went back and paid for it.
Why does
Is
he
that
have
the-
the money and he's stuffing it into his pants?
No, I went back and paid for it. So he stole it and then went back and paid for it. But listen to it. It just gets.
On credit.
I fucking love this. This is the best fucking thing ever. I'm so glad My Lost Interest clipped this. Thank you for clipping this one, MLI. Can we just start calling him MLI?
Yeah.
It kind of rhymes with MLC. I think people can figure that out.
What do you mean you went back and paid for it?
I went back and paid for it. Like
Wait,
afterwards.
after you already got away with it, you went back?
Yeah, because I felt bad.
So how'd you did you went back to the store carrying the bottle and you said, "Can I pay for this?"
Yeah, well, I was aware of this video, so I was like, oh, I gotta fucking pay him.
Wait, you
Oh,
were.
that-
Oh, wait. You got caught. And you knew you got caught. I was aware of the video. So obviously someone fucking told him that, hey, dude, they caught you on surveillance. You didn't get away with shit. Right.
That's some Aaron Imholt level mental gymnastics. If I
Yeah.
just being objective.
Fucking A, man. Yeah, this guy just, every time he comes up with something out of his mouth, it just fucking boggles the mind. The mental gymnastics, that's a good way. And he does a lot of that word salad shit too. Like he'll just throw sentences out there like as if they mean something, but they don't. They don't mean anything. It's just like, no, you stole a bottle, you got caught. And yeah, you went back and tried to fucking make up for it before they pressed charges. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, before they called the police. Yep.
Exactly. You tried to fix it. You tried to fix it before you got charged with something else.
Yeah. Petty.
That's
Where
why.
the
So
video?
The term would be
So
petty.
you didn't have a moment of like,
Petty? Like
petty
Tom Petty?
theft. Yeah. No, he's dead.
My bottle was free. Free bowling.
Well, I was aware that I was aware of this video, so I was like, oh, I gotta fucking pay him.
I was aware of this video.
That's why. So you didn't have a moment of like, I gotta be better with myself.
No,
You
because
just
I
felt like
actually
they're-
know the people that.
He said it instantly. No. So you didn't think to yourself, I ought to be better than this. No. No, of course I wouldn't think that.
Do you think that he just stuffed this shit into his pants and then like walked out of the store without buying
That's
anything?
exactly what he
like,
did.
How
Yeah.
retarded can you be? Like, you have to buy something so you don't make it this conspicuous. Because they wouldn't have checked the fucking cameras had he been a better criminal.
That's probably true.
Well, right. Let's listen to.
How were you aware of the video?
How
How did they make you aware of the video?
It was sent to me.
Well,
by them.
Oh,
They had my.
How'd they have your email?
They have my phone number. Like,
Whoa.
I know.
He's
I know
friends
them.
with them. They're
Yeah.
buddies.
Yeah.
So you went
So-
back
Hold on.
and
Dude,
paid. So it's
dude.
not like you were doing it.
So you
You know
went
who's
back
never
because you had to
called
go
me?
back because they probably said, "Okay, you're our friend, so we don't want to charge you with anything. But if you come back and pay for it, we won't have to." You know?
What
Yeah,
liquor
exactly.
store has your fucking phone number?
A liquor store that you open up a line of credit with.
Chad's running debts at a goddamn liquor store that has his
I'm just
phone number
speculating.
and gets caught stealing.
Got
That's high
caught
level
stealing once when I was 5.
On a good deed. You just wanted to go back to the liquor store.
No, I just
No, you wanted to do. You wanted to go
I
back
did
as a
feel bad.
customer.
I did feel bad, and I was like, all right, here.
You felt bad because they caught you.
Yeah, but I didn't have to pay.
Well, how did
Yeah, you would have had to pay if you want to go back as a customer. You would have had to pay.
maintain your friendship?
Yeah, I did feel bad because I knew him for a long time.
How did this footage get into the hands of?
So there you have it. If I know you for a long time, I'm still willing to steal from you. Is that not the most fucking amazing shit ever, dude? What a piece of shit that guy is.
That's
I
horrible.
can't.
Yeah, so 6 years ago, he's 50 years old now, so at my age, he's still stealing shit. That fucking blows my mind.
Oh my god. That's
fucking
wild,
sad.
dude. Yeah, it fucking A.
And he
Fucking
goes
A,
around,
man.
he runs around saying what pieces of shit everyone is in the Dabbleverse. He has hot takes on everybody, but for some reason, the guy with no morals whatsoever, no moral compass, is the biggest piece of shit in the Dabbleverse. I don't understand why he even has any fucking fans. Why does anyone watch his shit? I don't get it. I watch it because I can't stand him, and I would love to see him ran off out of this fucking universe. But as long as MLC's putting him on, that's not going to happen. If MLC shunned him, but like you said, he's a great punching bag, so it's kind of mandatory to keep bringing him on till something extreme happens to the point where he won't be able to come back. So.
And that's eventually what's gonna happen. I mean, again, dude, like the whole that
Okay.
entire clip was fucking sad. Like, dude, if a liquor store can go through their surveillance and then go, I know who the fuck did this, and call your personal fucking phone number, you have made mistakes. You've made a lot of goddamn mistakes.
Yeah, for one thing, they must loan him alcohol. You know what I mean? Like when he was broke, that's probably why they have his phone number, is because they were like, yeah, well, all right, we'll start a tab for you. Like they probably have a tab, set up, because sometimes that happens. And he's such an alcoholic, they're almost like his crack dealer at this point. Any alcohol store is pretty much his crack dealer.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, and they know he's always going to come back. Like even if he wouldn't have went and paid, which I almost half-assed don't even believe that. If he wouldn't have went and paid, he would have still went back to that fucking liquor store. For sure. I don't know. That was fucking. That was hard to watch, really.
No, he's just a piece of shit. All right. Well, I got another one here. We got just a couple more clips, and then we'll probably end this thing. 2:40. All right, 2 hours and 40 in. Stevie Lou did nail him today on MLC with a super chat. I did like this one. It always annoys the fuck out of Chad when any of us give him a bad time when he's on shows. Let's see how it affects him.
Let's Stevie Lou. Chad won't roast me because he couldn't live with going over to and Ray and me, and that's a fact.
That's a fact, dude. Why don't you go roast Ray, Steve? You start shit with everybody, and Ray's the one that has a problem with you and he wants to roast everyone. Go roast Ray. You're a troll, dude. You're a troll.
He's on the show. He's a regular on the show.
I know. I never tune in when he's on.
Oh, fuck. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll roast Ray.
No, I hope someone else fucking would have picked up and done that, but they're all chicken shits, man. I think that's one thing I definitely wanted to get out of Pat was about the online roasting. I don't know what you guys think about it, but I kind of that's the question I wanted to ask Pat was, did his roasts kill all the online roasts? Because fucking Barry Ribs did so poorly. How could anyone want to see guys trying to like roast each other, especially when you're doing it from a fucking McDonald's bathroom and whatnot? But I think that ruined it for me watching those roasts. I think you could do it better than that.
Is that Barry guy the guy that looks like Neil Hamburger with a thyroid problem that's on Pat's show?
Carl Hamburger with what thyroid condition?
No, Neil.
I don't know the reference.
With a thyroid.
Don't know the reference.
Is it
Neil Hamburger?
No.
No. Okay.
But yeah,
No,
old fucking. Yes. Anyway, he looks like Christopher Lloyd from fucking Back to the Future. That guy. Yeah, old as fuck. Probably will pass. I think he already passed away, right, from the Dabbleverse. R.I.P. Barry Ribs. Another.
Rest in peace, Bear.
Another
Never trust a man named Barry.
Dabbleverse.
Don't give a fuck. Your name's Barry. You can go fuck yourself. You never trust a man named Barry. I've learned this the hard way several times.
But yeah, I wish he would have had the guts to fucking do a roast battle with. That would have been fun. I don't know. I was curious to see how good Stevie Lou would do at a roast. That might be his thing. I don't even fucking know.
I mean, we did get a super chat saying that fucking old Ray DeShitto said it was on. I don't know how accurate that was, but
no.
You don't think so?
I know what you're talking about. Let's see. Yeah, they were fucking with us. That was Husey is what you're talking about, right? When he said
probably. Fuck you, Husey. Every
Ray's
goddamn time.
announcement is that he's doing the roast thing that he tweeted about hours ago. He's a weetard. That one or the other one?
Fine, I'm just fucking all of them.
Breaking news. Ray is roasting Stud Joe and Stevie Lou on his podcast tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. And Carl doesn't fucks with... Yeah, right. That one.
Yeah, that was the one. Yeah, and then we got into the fucking boards and shit. You know what?
No. I'm almost positive that the roast will be happening next Wednesday at noon. So a week from today at noon. So it should be interesting. I'm curious. I don't understand how that's going to be funny, but it might actually be. If the jokes are fucking good, then it might actually be a good show.
Even if it's not funny, chat will be hilarious. The people watching will have a good time roasting the people who tried to roast each other. So,
and I think Ray's chat out of all of the chats is probably the funniest chat. The people that go in there are pure comedy gold, even better than MLC because they're all fucking veterans of chatting. So it's interesting. Last fucking clip I have, since I am a clipper, that's what I do. I'm a clipper. I got one last clip. Dr. Chow. No, this is John DiCaprio, your favorite guy, Granny.
Fucking hate that guy, dude. What a little bitch, bro.
So you wanted to go on Ray's show while he was getting streamed? I didn't actually have a link, or I would have sent it to you. But yeah, he didn't even send me the link or ask me to come on last night, Ray DeVito. But
it was probably wise. Yes, but yeah.
So what did you want to say about John DiCaprio?
He's such a goddamn pussy, bro. Like he can't go outside of the narrative that he isn't the best at what he does. But I did attempt to get onto that show. I have said this before. I don't dislike Dr. Chow, but he runs shit through Skype, and he was like, this isn't we can't do it because we're running shit through fucking Skype, dude. And I was like, I got Skype. I still got $7 left on it. I don't understand why you can't send me a link. But yeah, I just thought it would be funny to go on there while they were sniping you and Ray. And I just thought it'd be fucking comical. So I attempted it, but they didn't allow it to happen because I really think John DiCaprio hates my fucking guts, which he probably should.
Well, we all hate your guts, so that's mutual. Oh, sorry. I shouldn't have said that, huh?
No, I'm still here.
That was rude, wasn't it? All right.
It was.
So, yeah, we were talking a little bit about all these people and their alcoholism and drug addiction, etc. This was kind of interesting from John. I don't know if he even caught what he said in the moment. Let's hear it.
John is reminding me of a younger Red Bar right now. Well, that's not good. All right, we got to change. I got to go more. Let's get boring here. W for unique, they're saying. Let's go. Or let go of the wheel, you amateur. Full Jake Hudson. Yeah, that's probably what I should have went with. Full Jake Hudson. Chang's already dished a few hilarious clips off this. Redacted.
Hold on. Sorry about that. 45:15. I skipped ahead.
Crinkled
this. Then,
fucking
of course,
hands.
It makes it into the show. All right, so let's dive into it. I want to pour one up, my third one today. I want to pour a little.
This is at noon today, by the way. Third whiskey of the day at noon.
Shot.
You're a fucking alcoholic when you count them.
Is that a thing?
Yeah. Once you start counting, you're a fucking alcoholic.
The last show on Sunday, and this is a note to self, so I'm just kind of saying this out loud so I remind myself for the next time this happens, but I was pretty low on whiskey.
Jeez, he's kind of greasy like you, Granny. Just I don't know if you noticed that.
And this is a note to self, so I'm just kind of saying this out loud so I remind myself for the next.
Yeah, look at that greasy son of a bitch. Just as greasy as Granny. Yeah, he got the shine like you got the shine. I used to sit around and have conversations with my grandma, and we never said a word because my grandma called it the shine.
Next time,
different kind of shine.
Yeah, different kind. Yes, different kind of shine. Never met with grandma.
I was pretty low on.
Hey, that's two Granny references in one night, and your name's Granny. Wow, coincidences, so many of them.
Whiskey, and I was drinking on Sunday. Got to a pretty decent level. I was feeling a nice little buzz on Sunday, mixed in with the pre-workout, which I've been taking religiously for no other reason than just to stimulate. And it's a sense of stimulation, I guess. I don't take Adderall and all that other shit. Adderall and Vyvanse and Ritalin. It does the opposite for me.
Boom! You heard it here, folks. He has done Vyvanse, Adderall. Dude, obviously he's tried all that shit to try to make himself get up for shows. But he takes pre-workout and drinks. Is that a fucking hell of a mixture or what? And drinks Red Bulls.
Yeah, that's why he's fat, bro. You can't take pre-workout and not work the fuck out and not get fat as shit.
That shit's hilarious to me, man. whatever. He has taken, so he tried Adderall, he tried Vyvanse, he tried all that shit to see if it would help him, and it didn't help. So instead, he drinks and takes fucking pre-workout to get up. That's pretty sad that you got to do that shit just to do a fucking... He does do a long-ass show, I'll have to say that much. That's a fact. He usually does like 4-hour, fucking 5-hour shows. He's as bad as Bobby Nick is. Jesus.
We're calling it a show now.
Yeah. Trying to get out of here, sweet tits.
Honey.
Yeah, honey. All right. Oh, well, I guess you're not doing that much anymore. Let me pull up the other one.
I
ahead.
am Saturdays.
Oh, okay.
Saturdays, 7 o'clock.
Well, let's do that one right now, and then I'll go find the corn. Okay, Saturdays at 1, right? That was it?
7. But yeah, 1 works too. You can be there early.
Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern. All right. And then, of course, Lemmy, she's got her morning shows every day.
Yep. 8:30 tomorrow morning. Come hang out. I'll listen and play your favorite tunes. And you can watch me drink an entire pot of coffee and pee several times. Well, you won't watch me pee. I will get up.
I was racing to... I was trying to get to that fucking... Damn it. All right. And, of course, you got Granny. Go ahead with the corn diff.
Yeah, just look up corn diff on YouTube. You can also go to steeltoecoffeecompany.com. That will also bring you to all of our links. That is steeltoecoffeecompany.com.
I know I've been trying to get folks, let's see here. Yeah, fuck, where did I put it? God, I'm stupid at this. All right.
Nope.
I have, well, now I got that other channel. I've been trying to get people over there. But it's at Sniper Network 1 on YouTube. So go check that shit out. And give us a subscribe because we will be sniping Chad and many other shows of people that you probably really dislike. So it probably will be a very entertaining show for you, especially if you hate Chad or hate some of these other idiots. Then come hang out with me when they're live and watch me instead, because then you get some commentary over the top of all that trash, which is Chad Zumach.
Not doing it.
Why? What do you got against my fucking show, dude?
Well, I think that you're a fuck.
To fight my whole life, I could beat you up even if you had 1,000 knives. Even if you had infinity knives, I would punch you up into the air like a kite. I bet you sleep with the night light, cause you're scared of the dark, cause you stink like a fart. Well, I like your fertile fire with my rounds. You think I won't? I do it all the time. I bet I got more money than Jay-Z. Compared to me, Jay-Z is lazy. Plus Beyonce thinks that I'm cute. It's okay, Beyonce, I think you're cute too. I made out with so many girls. Made out with every girl in the world. I might look small, but I'm not. I don't care if you're big, I'll fight you. Well, I do know that I am the baddest of them all. If you ain't about money, then I don't mess with y'all. Y'all think I don't get girls, cause I ain't very tall. If she see my stats, I bet you that she calls. Cause I am the baddest of them all. If you ain't about money, then I don't mess with y'all. Y'all think I don't get girls, cause I ain't very tall. If she see my stats, I bet you that she calls.